If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. With your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up? You already know what it is, man. It's the boy, your man about town, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts. And y'all know we already tapped into another episode of A Real Talk Podcast Tuesday night. Y'all know we about to go in. What's good with everybody? I'm sitting over here on some silly stuff. I keep forgetting to add that damn picture. Y'all probably even hear none of that stuff until the end. That's my bad. I apologize about that. But yeah, though, man, we about to go in and have this conversation. What's good with everybody? We got L's in the building. Let me put that on pause. Yeah, man, we about to get to it. The Kanye Effect. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on with everybody, man? How y'all doing this evening? You know what I mean? What's going on, man? We're going to let some more people pile up in here before we get to talking and chopping. How's everybody doing tonight? Last night's show, man. How y'all like that, man? That was a nice little demo last night, man. A couple of people was in their feelings, man. I got a couple of emails, man. As I said last night, man, if anybody was listening to that conversation last night and you somehow felt that it was racially motivated, that's your opinion. You can entitle to it. But I have to tell you that it was utterly nothing of the sort. So, you know, whatever. We came to the unanimous decision that niggas is fucking with gang way more than they fucking with Eminem, man. It just is what it is. You know, you ain't got to feel no type of way about it. You know what I mean? You ain't got to get in your feelings about it. You ain't got to get all salty about it or try to make it a racial thing. It's just a difference of opinion. And to be quite honest with you, consensus from last night, especially niggas in the hood, is not riding around banging no goddamn Eminem. It's just not happening. It is what it is, as y'all say, right? What's up with everybody, man? What y'all doing, man? What's going on? What it is, what it do? What's going on, man? How y'all doing today, man? How's y'all Tuesday, man? Yeah, you know, man, Tuesday is a situation over here with me and my brother King L is going to get into a situation and a conversation. We're going to dissect it from every which way and direction, you know what I mean? And, you know, this is something that, Lucy, what's up, girl? How you doing? This is a conversation right here that me and L was talking about, right? And it's called the Kanye Effect, or L dubbed it the Kanye Effect. But this is something that we are noticing amongst multiple artists, and not only that, in wider society as well. So, you know what I mean? We're going to get straight to it. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be ever more important to be able to dissect and break these things down so we know what we up against and what we involved with, y'all, man. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you, man. I'm glad you're feeling better. John Jay, getting over it too, man. So y'all, man, you know what I mean? Y'all just make sure y'all keep drinking your water. You know what I'm saying? Eating as clean as you can, man. You know what I'm talking about? Stay exercising, man. That's the best way to fight it. Excuse me. Ugh. I'm sitting here taking this down. You already know, baby. I'm sitting here taking this medication that I have from the dentist today, man. And that pill just put a super nasty taste in my mouth. Ugh. Oh my God, man, that's horrible. I gotta do that for the next week straight till I gotta go back, man. But yeah, though, you already know, Lucy, man. You welcome, man. What's up with everybody, man? How y'all doing tonight, man? We in the building tonight, about to have this conversation and get it in and get it going. You did. Y'all know how we do it over here on Tuesdays, man. We have very thought-provoking conversations and topics and issues on different situations and demonstrations, man. You know what I mean? And tonight is no less. Like I say, man, we got my brother King L's in the building. Yeah, ain't no need to. It ain't nothing but the regular little, you know, some little stuff you get every now and again, man. Just go ahead, you know, batten down the hatches, man. Get you some nice some water, you know what I'm saying? Use your home remedies that your mom told you about, you know what I'm saying? Preferably go to the gym and get in that sauna and sweat. That's a good way to get it up out of you. Then you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through all that mess. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go through all that mess of going to get stung up. You know what I'm saying? Full with stuff that you don't even know what's in that joint. You don't even know what the ingredients is. You don't know what they putting in you. All right? I ain't taking none of they Smaxmalines, man. I don't need none of that stuff, man. I feel good. See, there you go. Black seed oil, sea moss, ginger tea. You know what I'm saying? Lucy said she been drinking that tea. Y'all know how to do it, man. You know, so like I said, the one of the best things you could do though is go to that gym. Oh, gee, what's up with you, bro? How you doing? One of the best things y'all could do is go to that goddamn gym, man, and get in that sauna. I'm telling you, drink you some water, get in that sauna. That elderberry works wonders. I'll make sure y'all meet and greet each other as y'all come up in the demonstration, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's just me typing. Telling y'all to meet and greet each other and all that. Y'all know how I do it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all already know to do it, but I'm still going to put it in there. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, all of that. Share on your social engineering. You know what I'm saying? Share on your social engineering, goddammit. Subscribe to the page. You know what I'm saying? Click on the bell and all of that. You know what I mean? I know what to do. Subscribe to the page now. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the page now, man. You hear me? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all, man. What up, what up, what up, man? You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Tonight we get into it, man. The Kanye Effect. You know what I'm saying? My man L's about to come up in a second. He told me to go ahead and stall him out a little bit as he gets prepared. So we're going to give him a chance to get his shells and his drink, whatever his beverage of choice is for the night. We're going to let him get all that together. And, of course, he's going to let me know when he's ready to come on the pen. But, you know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing tonight, by the way, man? You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody having a beautiful day. Like I say, man, we already won. We already got the victory and the glory because we all woke up this morning, man, chance to do it again or do it different or, you know what I'm saying, do it greater. You know what I'm talking about? But tonight, though, man, I think this is going to be a real interesting topic because this is something that, I mean, you know, like I say by the title of the show, you think we talking about specifically about Kanye, but nah, I mean, this is something that if you pay attention, take your time, Els, bro. Take your time, bro. Take your time. This is something that I noticed amongst a lot of not only famous people, but I noticed this, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of other people as well. Not only that, the effect it's having on wider society, you know what I'm saying? The way these celebrities are emulated and put on pedestals when they're nothing but humans. Matter of fact, they're some of the weakest humans, some of the most self-conscious humans. You know what I'm saying? They're some of the most insecure humans. Like I say, this is, insecure in so many different ways, right? Insecure in so many different ways. And when you put money behind that and you put a machine behind that and you inflated egos and, you know what I'm saying, and a false sense of power, illusory sense of power and control and authority that, you know what I'm saying, has its benefits on some levels. But when you know what I'm saying, when you think about who's rolling it, controlling the situation, you know, it's all illusory. It's all a game, man. It's all a facade, man. It's all a game, man. It's all a facade, man. And we're going to get to it tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all notice, and I know a lot of y'all notice this stuff, because this is something that I speak on a lot too. Y'all notice that every agenda that you will ever hear me talking about, right, is being pushed, right, being used by these people like Kanye, right, to push this stuff on a mass scale, and then it trickles a trickle down effect because you know shit rolls downhill. I said shit rolls downhill, goddamn it. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, giving this false sense of authority and power, you know what I'm saying, to make them rich. Let these dudes make billions of dollars in considering a guy like Kanye. And you know, but in exchange, he has to not so much as sell his soul, right? But guaranteed that his soul is not going to go where he probably would rather prefer it to go. Let's just say that without getting too religious and all off on a tangent. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kanye be doing that Sunday service, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Kanye's mocking. You hear me? But, you know, could be argued. Some people might think he is. You know what I mean? I personally don't think or believe he is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that ain't for me to judge. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it ain't for me. I'm not going to be the one making the final call, so to speak. I mean, I can sit here and say whatever I want considering this guy, but, you know, my critique ain't got to mean nothing, and it don't at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that matters is, you know what I'm talking about? You already know, man. Yeah, man, so we going to get to it. L said he'd be ready in about 5 minutes, and we're going to go. How did y'all like last night's show, man? Last night's show was fun, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be definitely doing more shows like that for sure. Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1, man. You hear me? Shout out to my brother. He was definitely going in earlier. You know what I'm saying? You niggas need to definitely stop committing crimes. Slender Vic, what's up with you, homie? You niggas definitely need to stop committing crimes as being famous or about to be soon to be famous rappers and still actively in the streets committing crimes or contributing to these crimes in some way or speaking on these crimes and you're connected to them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Stop doing that. That is completely dumb and stupid and moronic as hell. Why would you go and rap about in a song that's going to be on the radio, top charts and all that stuff, hella millions of views on YouTube, rapping about an active crime that literally happened or recently happened in your city where you from, with people involved with whom you know and maybe even involved with or interacted with to some degree? Why would you do that? That makes absolutely no sense to me. All right. That is dumb as hell to sit up there and rap about current criminal activity going on that you can be connected to. you on here showing on YouTube and going to the jewelry store with niggas who done shot niggas and stuff. Going to what's that jewelry store? Icebox in Atlanta. Atlanta, that Icebox store is the feds, man. I'm saying it. Yeah, committing crimes is bad. Remember on South Park, man, Mr. Mackey used to remember on South Park, the teacher, Mr. Mackey, committing crimes is bad, okay? Y'all remember that nigga, Mr. Mackey, man? He'll say some shit like when my homie Slender Vic just said, committing crimes is bad, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, stop committing crimes, y'all, man. You know what I mean? It's not cool to commit crimes, man. Please refrain from committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? Try to live a straight and forward life. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here trying to be in the streets, trying to be a thug or a D-boy or a gangster or a gangbanger. It's a difference, like my brother Red said earlier, man. You feel me? Ain't nothing gangster about doing some of the goofy shit you niggas be doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Online and offline. Flat out. Niggas be doing some goofy shit, man. For real, man. Making niggas look bad, man. Y'all niggas be doing some silly shit on this damn internet, man. For real, man. It's crazy, man. But yeah, though, man, we about to get into it, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as L let us know we ready to go, we're going to drop that old linky link. And we're going to bring the brethren up through, man. How y'all like last night's show, man? Last night's show was a good one, man. You know what I'm saying? We might have to dedicate Mondays to that. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it all fair across the board. You need, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Y'all know good and down hell well ain't nobody in your city riding up the street banging no Eminem, man. Y'all know damn well that's not happening. Shouts out to the homie though, I guess, Maybe he'll respond, maybe he won't. You know what I'm talking about? Who cares if he does or if he doesn't, though? Who's actually waiting on a response from this nigga? Let me know that. Put a 1 in the chat if you waiting on a response, a rebuttal to Game's 10 and a half minute battle rap song diss track to Eminem. How many of y'all is waiting on to hear Eminem's response? Put a 1 in the chat if you're waiting to hear Eminem's response. I really don't give a damn, to be honest with you, man. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you. And I ain't got nothing against Eminem, but I'm not anticipating his response to Game's 10-minute tirade. Nigga said 0. Oh man, like niggas respect him to this extent that he an MC and he earned his right to be spoke about, but he ain't like niggas don't consider Eminem to be great, one of the greats, at least not in circles I'm amongst anyway. And I like to think that most of us probably feel the same about that. Niggas ain't gonna put a nigga in the category of who niggas don't listen to. And just to be honest with y'all, man, niggas is just not banging Eminem, man. That's just a fact, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't riding down the street in the various hoods of the country, in the various cities, talking about, hey, man, throw that Eminem on, bro. Throw that Slim Shady on. Y'all know niggas ain't talking about throw that Slim Shady on, man. Quit playing, man. Dude go try to make it about some race shit last time. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. But yeah, man, we about to definitely get, he said, only on the west side. Yeah, man, niggas ain't banging no goddamn Eminem, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Not even on the west side, niggas ain't banging that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody niggas on the west side ain't banging no damn Eminem. They out here listening to all these niggas that y'all listen to. They listen to what everybody else listening to. Some of you, them white boys that live out in like Lancaster and shit like that, be still listening to Eminem. Like, oh, Eminem, like Eminem's the best, dude. Like Eminem's the best, dude. Yeah, man. You know we just joking with y'all, man. We fuck with Eminem over here, man. For real, to certain extents and degrees. But yeah, though, man, we about to get to it, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as my brother L get his bearings and get everything situated. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow night's show is gonna be fire. Y'all make sure y'all tap in tomorrow night. My baby girl Genesis Berry is definitely gonna be on the program tomorrow. She definitely gonna be on the show tomorrow. And she wanted to have this discussion, talking about this very sensitive issue. And I suggest that y'all have y'all kids watching as well. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to it with my baby girl tomorrow night. We ain't gonna go in for too long because y'all know she gotta get up and go to school the next day. So we're gonna go in for about an hour and a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have a conversation with Jen concerning, you know what I'm saying, the lockdown situation and the effect that that's had on the kids, being away from their peers, having to adapt to learning from home, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And also, we're going to talk about a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, how she's been affected and to what extent, you know what I'm saying, how, you know what I'm saying, her and what her perception of it is while I was away in the joint. You know what I'm talking about? It's important to have conversations like that because, you know what I'm saying, it's good to get our children's perspective on certain things because it brings some clarity to some things that, you know, especially as our children begin to get older and they start to mature, like how Jen is doing, you know what I'm saying? They start asking questions and naturally, you know, the curiosity is going to come and inevitably I knew the conversation would always come sooner or later. And you know what I'm saying? What better way than to have a discussion about it than with y'all? Because I know a lot of people are affected by this. I know a lot of guys come home from the joint and they have to go through the process of rebuilding a relationship with their children that they have been departed from, separated from. And, you know, that thing can be tumultuous. It could be hectic. It could be trying. It could be challenging. So, you know what I'm saying? It has an effect on the children. Listen, that's why y'all need to stop committing crimes. And that's why I don't commit crimes anymore because, you know what I'm saying? The prison system take fathers away from sons and daughters. You hear me? Yeah, y'all. So we about to get to it. I dropped the link. We're gonna bring L up here in a second. Let me go get a light real quick, and I'll be right back. Yeah, I apologize about that, y'all. I had to go get a light real quick because I got to light up my spliff. But yeah, though, it's going to be a beautiful conversation tomorrow. So if y'all got children tomorrow, man, y'all go ahead, have your children tap in. We a kid-friendly platform over here at A-Real Talk as well, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a conversation with my baby girl, Jen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're going to have a nice conversation. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Like I said, I ain't going to keep her on last night because, you know, she got to go to school. But we're going to have a conversation for about an hour and some change, discussing some sensitive things, considering and concerning the effects of the recent years' situations on our children. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all know I have to talk to Jen now. You know what I'm saying? I have to talk to her now. You sure you want to talk about this, Jen? You sure this is something you going to feel comfortable discussing? You know what I'm saying? And she assured me that it is. So we're going to get to it tomorrow. You hear me? Tomorrow we're going to get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Had a discussion with my baby girl concerning how the recent years events with the lockdown and homeschool, how that had an effect on the kids, and how she's seen it, how it had an effect on kids as she's been back at school, and notice how kids interact with each other now, and even how her herself has had an effect on her. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about it. I think it's gonna be a beautiful discussion. I suggest you have your children there. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Diversifying the content, man. Diversifying the content. Switching it up, different conversations, you know what I'm saying, different topics, different issues. We're going to be having them all on here. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to everybody for the support. I appreciate everybody coming through. Like I said, you could be anywhere in the world. So tapping in with your God, and I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate that, man. Y'all could be doing a lot of other stuff with y'all evening, and y'all tapping in with me and my brother L. So, you know, we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing, by the way? How you doing? What's going on with you? How your day been? You know what I mean? The Kanye Effect, right? Now, I know a lot of y'all probably think the show is about to be about straight Kanye, right? No. Wasn't even there, right? But we are going to use him as a guide piece to show how this is something that's spreading amongst all of these guys. You hear me? It's something that's spreading amongst all of these guys. You hear me? You on, L. It's something that's spreading amongst all of these guys. You echo in the back too. You on, L.
What's good?
You echo in the back too. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Any echo?
Nope.
Perfect.
Echo's gone.
Cool.
The echo's gone. What's
Live.
good with you, brother?
What's good, bro? Let me pull this up so I can make sure I got my I like to keep the chat up so I can see what the people saying here.
Right.
Get that going over there. All right. Yeah, I'm good. So with you, brother?
You already know, man. We here in the building, man. Tuesday night, A Real Talk podcast, E.N.E edition. As always, every Tuesday we in the building. We got my brother King L's in the building. And you know what I'm saying, we about to have this discussion, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're gonna come with some lucid because I know when people see the thumbnail, they think tonight's show is about to be specifically about Kanye. But this of course stretches way beyond just Kanye and wider society, and we're gonna get to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you go ahead and just break down the Kanye effect, and we're gonna get into it.
All right. First, let's dive in. First off, let's slow it up. I want to say what's up, peace and blessings to everybody. Just check in, tap in. How was your day, bro? What you get into?
Nothing. You know, man. I had the day off today, man. I went to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? Ran some errands. I went to the gym this morning, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to, I went to the dentist and got some dental work done. I gotta go back next Tuesday and get the rest of it done. And I just been chilling ever since. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah,
I had to go do some dentist work last month. That's never fun, but you gotta knock it out. Make sure that's one important thing that our people really need to tap into too. I think a lot of our people don't take their teeth seriously, and definitely one of the things that y'all want to take seriously. Make sure y'all go get them teeth checked once, twice a year. And I didn't do much today. I started a new gig on yesterday. So now I switched over. Well, I'm still in the mortgage industry and I still process mortgage loans, but now I'm doing logistics. So I'm learning a whole new industry, getting into the trucking industry.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be an account coordinator for a company called BBI, which they are located right by the Commons. Their building is actually in the Commons. And
downtown?
Yeah, right downtown.
Okay.
So it's a growing company, one of the best in the logistics game. So I've been overload with logistics information the last 2 days, but experience trying to get into and learning a new industry.
Right, right.
And I actually, when you called me, it took me a little longer because I went to the gym and I was a little late at the gym. I had to get my sauna work in and get a little relaxation. My daily sauna regimen that I do.
Right.
I've been on this boxing trip lately, so every day I go, I gotta at least hit the bag for 20 minutes straight, no matter what. You know what I mean?
Glitch the guarantee in the building. What's good, bro?
What's good, Glitch? My brother.
I see that nigga Breon in the gym earlier today.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I gotta send an email to him. Also, to all the people, I have a gym membership. It's $30 through Active Fit and Direct. If you send me your email, I'll send it over to you. So what they do is it's a membership to all. It's a lot of different gyms. It's like a universal type membership. So you have access to Sportive Fitness, Planet Fitness. Uh, it's the Wyandotte Center where I just came from. I like to go there sometimes because it ain't that many people.
Right.
But it gives you access to thousands of gyms all across over 7,000 gyms across the country.
Damn.
And it's only $30 a month. So it's the same that I was paying for my one membership at Sportive. And it also gives you fitness coaching. So it gives you like good eating regimens and things like that.
Okay.
Along with over 7,000 fitness videos that you can follow along and work out to. So yeah, like I said, shoot me over y'all's email if anybody is interested in that. I highly suggest it because it gives you access to so many gyms around the city. That way you wouldn't have any excuses no matter where you live. Even if you're outside, you could be in New York, Chicago. I know some of our people in Chicago, New York, Florida, Georgia, wherever you at. There's gyms everywhere, and you'll have access to it no matter where you go for only $30 a month.
Put it in the chat, L.
It's an email that I will send to you, so I will forward it over. So if you get me your information, like your email address, I'll just forward it over to whoever send me that. So you can email me also at lgh614
Put
at
it in
Yahoo.
the thing.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna put it in there for you.
Tag it.
Yeah, so it's lgh614 at Yahoo. Y'all go tap in, send me the information, and I'll email it back to you. I'll just forward it over to you.
Right.
All right, but I just wanted to tap in, just kind of see what everybody is doing.
Plug your shit, my nigga. Plug your shit, my nigga.
It ain't even mine. I just, I know you're talking about,
or whatever you got, that's something that can help somebody out. Health is wealth. That's what everybody be saying, right?
And that's exactly why I wanted to mention it, because I feel like it's something that's very important. I heard a couple people had COVID, and the way I haven't been sick in a minute. But I know I stay active, and I got a heavy vitamin regimen. Before I even start my morning, I'm probably eating or popping like about 9 different vitamins from sea moss. I got my lion's mane mushroom vitamin regimen that has over 13 different mushrooms. Y'all need to really tap into that, especially y'all coffee drinkers. Wing yourself off that coffee. Also, you got the elderberry. Y'all got to incorporate that. Something else I really think that helps me a lot is something you could do daily is go buy some fresh ginger, peel it, boil it. I cut mine up in pieces so it come out quicker. So I boil it for about 10 minutes. You'll see the water turn yellow. Pour that in your cup. Throw you some honey in there, little red cayenne pepper, some black pepper, and get to it. Drink that. If you got, I would say get you some sea moss powder and you can dump it in there too. When I tell you that'll clear you up, anything you got, that'll clear you up. But that's something you could drink daily, and that also helps with inflammation, pain,
inflammation.
Eases your mind. It's gets the blood flowing through your body better. It's just an overall great thing. I would say you want to drink at least 1 cup of ginger tea every day. That's what you see a lot of those Asian people, and the reason why they stay the way be so healthy. They drink a lot of tea. If you notice, that's what they got heavy in their regimen is a lot of ginger. They even cook with a lot of ginger. As you know, you go to Asian food spots, you see ginger chicken, ginger this, ginger that. That's because ginger's what they call nature's flu shot. So I would say y'all, if y'all don't already, incorporate ginger into your daily regimen because it's a game changer for your health.
Right.
You know. But what I would love to do today, since we are here in the presence, peace and blessings once again to everybody.
Right.
We're gonna talk about the Kanye effect, and like Stack said, the Kanye effect isn't necessarily just talking about Kanye. The Kanye effect, it preaches out the confidence and the way that you reflect to be yourself. A lot of people want to be somebody else. They want to be this, they want to be that. I heard you talking earlier about the violence in the city. A lot of the violence in the city is generally based off of people following people. I was just watching came home, I popped up in YouTube, and the first thing that popped up was all the carjackings that's been going on in the city with these little kids. And one thing I see is that all these kids are following this pattern. It's going to get actually. This story really woke me up today. Well, not woke me up, but brought to my attention about the what would I say? So basically, this one kid, he stole a Kia or Hyundai last month, got in a wreck, killed two of his friends.
Right.
And just today, he stole another car, got into a wreck today with two more kids in the back. Hit a garbage truck, big ass garbage truck, trying to get away from the cops. Now, when you think of this, it's a lot of people. They just basically, and Rob, you're right, trying to go viral for all the wrong reasons, bro. You just lost two of your friends last month, and you already doing the same thing. Now, this is where I would kind of blame the parents. Now, I'm not big on blaming parents for kids' actions because I know me being as a youth that did what I wanted to do, and I'm not even going to say my parents could have stopped me because I still would have did, but I made conscious decisions. And trust me, if I know that I myself, because you would think that kid would have some mental issues like, damn, I stole this car or we stole this car, my friends killed themselves, and you think that there would be some type of remorse. And you would think about it or think twice to not do it. Yet, not even a full month later, he's doing the same thing, risking his life again, and got into another wreck and could have killed himself. Hitting, y'all know, big ass yellow. Like, for one, how do you even hit a garbage truck that big? Like, motherfucker, you can't drive.
Driving on the freeway L on 270.
Nah, bro, this was I think it was out north in Westerville, I want to say.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah,
That's where it was. That's right. In Westerville.
It was a couple today. Actually, it was like 2 or 3 that happened today. And there was another one in Whitehall, right at that Turkey Hill. They pulled up on the kid. They got that. That's the one that's going viral. They ain't even really talking too much about the one I'm talking about, which is to me the worst one. But it was another one in Turkey Hill too. I don't know if that was actually today or yesterday, but they was reporting on it.
Fair use.
Yeah, that's the one right there. Yeah.
Card automatically adjust to your spending.
Fair use, y'all. Fair use.
You don't have to keep tabs on rotating categories.
This is the only rotating I care about.
It doesn't work for you. Earn cash back that automatically adjusts to your top eligible spend category with the City Custom Cash Card.
Another group of 4 teens in another stolen car, lucky to be alive tonight.
Yeah, they were also pulled from a stolen Hyundai after crashing into a City of Columbus garbage truck. Now, this video is pretty grainy and kind of hard to see, but there's no missing that garbage truck there as it plows into the black car driving along Westerville Road on the northeast side. A stolen car slamming right into it, and the driver was involved. We found out in a separate and deadly crash that we first told you about weeks ago. Steve Levine uncovering this all for us tonight.
He joins us live from Riverside Hospital, where one of those teens is being treated. Steve?
Guys, all 4 of these people were taken to the hospital after this happened. 3 kids, 3 boys were sent to Nationwide Children's Hospital where they are in stable condition. A 19-year-old woman right here at Riverside Methodist Hospital, she's in serious but stable condition. Police say all 4 of them expected to be okay. Tonight we are learning one of those teens, it's not the first time he's been rescued from a stolen car. It's a scene that's become all too familiar. Young kids and teenagers being rushed to the hospital after crashing in a stolen Kia or Hyundai.
I don't know what the end is going to take for this stuff to stop.
This time, Clinton Township Police say 3 boys, ages 14, 13, and 12, and a 19-year-old woman were pulled from the stolen Hyundai in northeast Columbus this morning, crashing into a City of Columbus garbage truck after flying past a stop sign.
Why these young guys are doing this? I don't know.
Our cameras were there when Selvin Diaz pulled his stuff from his smashed-up Hyundai, stolen this morning by thieves near Morse Road.
Hold on, pause it
Diaz
right here,
was able
bro.
to follow his stolen vehicle with a...
So, what y'all about to find out? This dude had a tracker on his whip, and he was tracking him. Now, a nigga like me, I keep trackers on my cars too. I ain't gonna call the cops first, bro. I'm gonna go get my car.
Right.
And I'm gonna punish them, and then I'm gonna call the cops after I get my car back.
Right.
But you keep playing. I'm just saying that's for y'all's parents out there.
Yeah.
So y'all better watch y'all
tracking device he bought for his car just days ago because of all the car thefts.
Thank God I did that because I couldn't follow where the car was. You know, it was driving around and I was trying to follow.
Just 3 weeks ago, 2 14-year-old boys were killed when the stolen Hyundai they were driving in crashed into a building on 5th Avenue in North Columbus. Police say a third 14-year-old boy who survived that crash was pulled from the driver's seat in today's wreck, wearing a back brace.
We do have some of the same juveniles that are, you know, encouraging and, you know, putting this on their social media. This is not a game. This is not fun.
We were first to tell you back in January about kids calling themselves the real Kia boys who were stealing Kias and Hyundais. So far this year, a little more than 40% of the cars stolen in Columbus have been Kias and Hyundais.
No matter where you live at this point, you will be a victim everywhere.
I did check in with the city and the driver of that garbage truck. He did not have to be sent to the hospital. They say he was just shaken up a bit. Police tell me all 4 in that.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just crazy.
That's just terrible, man.
And the people who got in the car with him are pure idiots too. To know that, so I'm pretty sure they know that he just killed 2 of his friends or was with or involved in the killing. I mean, in a sense, like you could be say, you know, you were involved with the killing. You were there. You plotted to steal the car with them. If your friend, like y'all plan to do something, and your friends get killed while y'all all plan to do this act, you are part of the reason why they are killed because none of y'all had the, as my man Stacks would say, testicular fortitude to step up and think for yourself and be like, look, this ain't right. You know what I mean? Especially after y'all just lost 2 of your friends 2 weeks ago. He's back doing the same thing. Now, this is where I blame the parents. This was a 14-year-old kid. Like, when we talk about the parents, and like I said, I don't always like to place blame on parents when it comes to kids doing what they're doing, because I know a lot of kids that was raised 100% the right way in great households and still chose to be fucking dumbass idiots out here, and they didn't have to hustle or do certain things, and they did it just because they wanted to be cool or give off this image or whatever it may have been, you know. So you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I just think it's sad to see that these kids are way. You know, of course, social media has an effect of why they follow so much. But to all my parents out there, I would really advise y'all to really, you know, take heed of what your kids are doing, man. Like, try your best to keep them in activities and teach them the value. Really, that's the thing. I notice it's a lack of value for life and for self confidence, which ties back into the topic of today, the Kanye effect, which to me breeds having supreme confidence,
Right.
believing in yourself to the point where some would say you have a God complex.
Right.
But it's crazy that the people who we know that are like this are the most successful people that most of us know. And it's a reason behind this science. And we'll break that down as we go through this throughout the night.
Right.
But the confidence is something that is now lacking. So if we take it back, and the reason I really call it the Kanye effect is because in hip hop, you know, we'll break it down. It became the cool thing to be the gangster. You know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s when hip hop was really making its way, taking its spot as the number one genre across music. And I seen the growth of it from the Kumo. I came up right at the end of the Kumo D and Big Daddy Kane era, and I entered in as like the Nas, Wu-Tang. That was like kind of my era, the Jay-Z, Biggie, Pop. That was my beginning era of hip hop when, you know, Dr. Dre, Snoop, when I first was introduced. And my pops, him being who he was, he introduced me to it. I could still tell people the first two songs that I remember that he played back to back: the Wild Wild West and I'm Bad by LL Cool J, Wild Wild West by Kool Moe Dee.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and that was my dad's joint. Like, you know, and we would watch those videos. He dubbed it on the tape, so we watch those. Like when they came on the box, I'm Bad still is the what I say is the theme song to my hip hop because that's what I came up under. And I always give LL the credit of taking my ear to hip hop. You know what I mean? LL Cool J, I gotta always salute him on that. He the one who got me interested in hip hop after seeing I'm Bad. You know, to me, that was the dopest thing I ever seen. Somebody rock the mic the way he did in that I'm Bad video, you know, outside of Michael Jackson. You know, I was like, oh, he's dope. Like, man, he killing it.
That was a dope ass video, though, man.
That's what brought me into hip hop, just to kind of give you a backdrop on me. But even then, LL, this is what I also could kind of say is he came in as being himself, you know. So LL is also one of those people to me, I feel like, who in hip hop, he was the first hip hop person to make a love song. But that took supreme confidence. So even though we say it's a Kanye effect, it actually started with LL. You know, if I want to really do the history on it, because he had that confidence to be like, yo, I can rap. I'm going to do a love song as a rapper. Everybody told him he was crazy, but I Need Love is one of the most revered hip hop love songs, or love songs even, period. You know what I mean? When people hear that piano, doom, doom, doom,
they already know what it is.
People ready, like you on the edge of your seat, ready to everybody know the first couple words at least. You know, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. You know what I mean? If you don't at least know that, you ain't hip hop. I'm sorry. And you know, he displayed that confidence that, you know, he didn't just settle for one thing. He went into clothes, he went into hip hop. You know, we was wearing our pant legs up on our jeans and our sweatsuits because of LL. You know, he had confidence to bring these styles that, you know, we thought was cool and dope, but he was being himself. You know, he started doing movies. One of the first rappers that I could really remember that was doing like the movies and TV shows and all of that early, like constantly. You know, Pac started coming like right around that way too, but LL was like the first one I could say that was like the all around. Like if you were to build a rapper in a video game, like a creative player, LL would have been the one that you built in that era as the creative player, super player. And
Hell nah.
well, so when we tie it all
That's
into,
funny as hell, man.
you know, when we tie it into the supreme confidence and just wanting to be yourself, after LL, it was a void that like kind of fell off. Like after that, it turned into gangster rap. You know, we started getting more NWA, you know, Ice Cube. You had Eazy-E. You had all these other people, Death Row popping up, Boot Camp Click on the East Coast. You know, you had all these gangster rappers coming up. This was the gangster era, the early 90s, you know, mid 90s. It was the gangster Playboy rap, you know, going into the later 90s. But everybody wanted to be either the hustler or the gangster. So we got caught up in this era for about 10 years. And then here it comes out, you got a guy like Kanye, and even if you like didn't watch the documentary, a lot of us knows the history behind him. You know, he started off as a producer. He was a dope producer off the bat, but he also was rapping. But as he tells you on the records like Big Brother, like he wanted to be accepted as a rapper, but they looked at him like, oh, bro, you a backpack. You ain't no gangster. You don't sell drugs. Like, what you gonna rap about? Like, you know what I mean? Even Jay-Z telling him this. And Jay-Z has a great ear for music. You know, normally anybody he co-signs blows up. And here it is, he had possibly, you know, some people could argue the biggest hip-hop star fresh off of rap right next to him, kicking those raps that he wouldn't listen to. But he wouldn't change who he was. Like, I'm pretty sure people was like, you know, you talking about going to the mall, shopping, being yourself, self-conscious and stuff like this. Yeah, they're everyday situations, and that's what we normally want the art to be. But in rap at that time and hip hop at that time, it was shunned upon. Like backpack rappers wasn't really it. You know, the Roots would throw their joints out. It would be cool. It didn't sell like that. Like none of those was selling. Common was dope. Common didn't sell like that. Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Black Star, they was all dope. They ain't sell like that. But then here you got Kanye. You know, he comes with, like you said, came with the pink polos or just polos, period, with the backpacks. You know, now everybody wearing backpacks. And now it's cool to be a backpack rapper. Now it's cool to talk about your feelings and your emotions. Now you get all the Kid Cudis. Now you get the Drakes. Now you get the Kendricks. Now you get the Coles. Now you get the guys that's not scared to open up their soul and just be themselves. And you ain't got to be a gangster to be the number one selling artist. That's Before right. Kanye, there was no number one selling artist if you wasn't a gangster. There was none outside of LL Cool J. Like, just think about it.
Right.
Everybody else had to pop somebody on the record. Even Eminem had to come in on doing dumb shit, killing his mom and daughter every record or whatever. Like, you had to kill something to sell. Only person to change the whole dynamic of even the culture of hip hop to the confidence and the way that people even dress, because that's what this is really tapping into. Yes, we're talking about Kanye Effect, but hip hop changed at that moment. When he went up against 50 Cent after Get Rich or Die Trying, which Get Rich or Die Trying was, you know, it shook up rap. It really did. It punched rap, it punched hip hop right in his face because it was such a hard gangster album. Like, Get Rich or Die Trying is what the streets wanted. They needed. Like, we didn't have a rapper like 50 for years. 50 came in blazing. Gangster rap is back. And literally on that second album the next year, Kanye come and they go head to head. Kanye, you know what I mean? This is when he, what was it? The Graduation. And man, when I tell you that Graduation, I caught both CDs that day. I went to the store, I caught both CDs. And the massacre wasn't a classic.
Definitely
Right.
wasn't, but that goddamn at graduation, man, that's like
a classic.
that's Kanye's greatest work, if you ask me.
It's up there, yeah, definitely top 3. And it changed the scope of hip hop and what hip hop really meant. Because when you think about it, hip hop was our expression to be ourselves. You know, they always wanted us to be singers or rock stars, or hip hop was what my parents were saying. Oh, this is a fad. This will go away in a couple years. That's what everybody kept saying about hip hop. Oh, I don't even know why you listen to it. It's not going to be around in 10 years. Now everybody's hip hop. Everybody want to be hip hop. Everybody. And the Kanye effect is just that. It's hip hop. Hip hop is everybody. Everybody wants to be that because that's what controls everything. Like you see it in the commercials. That's how they sell their products, to be cool, or that's how they want, the effect it is to be yourself is something that I think is getting lost now. Now you hear people talk about Kanye like, oh, he's off the radar. Just because he speaks his mind and he doesn't speak the same way everybody else. Nowadays, we're back to being in that box group mentality, that group think. Yeah. Something that I really strongly dislike, borderline hate. I borderline hate group think. It's the dumbest shit ever. Think for yourself. Don't group think. Don't agree with stuff or follow stuff or go along with stuff just because they're doing it. You go along with it because you want to go along with it. If that's the way you feel, then that's cool. But if you don't and you're just doing it just because you want to be in the in crowd, or everybody's talking about this at this time, so you want to be with that talk, or add on what they're doing, sweet. Think for yourself. Be yourself. I got this one track, J1's, and above anything, just be yourself. Above everything, just be yourself. I'm gonna get that put on a shirt for y'all too soon, because that's what I go off of. And Verge knows this about me. If anything, sometimes I'm myself too much, and motherfuckers can't take it sometimes. But one thing you know about me, I don't sway, and what you get from me is going to be from me. It's not going to be because of somebody else or because I was influenced by somebody else. If I tell you something or I do something, it's because I did it. So if I fuck up or whatever, I got to take responsibility. Or if it pops or bubbles, is because I did it on the way that I thought, not because of what I thought somebody else would think or even thought about what they would think about it. I got to live with those consequences. And a lot of these people, they don't, right now we're having to disconnect with consequences in life. And I think that's something that's bad with these kids now. They don't think about the consequences of their decisions that they're making.
Right.
And I think parents aren't instilling those morals in the kids like we were instilled with those morals and value. We value life. These kids don't value life. You see it every day. They'll pop you just for saying the wrong thing. We just yesterday in Columbus, the coach got shot.
Coach?
At a kids football game.
What?
These dudes get into a fight at the football game, and the dude pulls out the gun and kills the dude right in front of his son.
Damn.
9-year-old football game. These cats and this is grown. This wasn't kids. So I'm not even just talking about kids being followers. Y'all old cats, even my age, is some fools, man.
So that was at the Little League game and got into it over the game and
got into a fight, and one cat just decided to pull out a gun and pop and kill the dude right in front of his kid, in front of all the kids. 90 kids out there had to witness somebody get shot and killed.
My lord, man. That's
this
crazy.
Is what we living in. This is just Columbus. I'm just reporting this Columbus news to you.
Right.
Y'all, this is just today and yesterday.
Right.
Y'all seen one car crash? Like I said, there was another carjacking where the cops had the gun aimed at the car right there in Whitehall. at the car, and the kid still almost was about to try to drive through the cop. And if he'd have got popped, I'd have been like, he deserved it.
Damn.
And it was another a 13-year-old shot an 11-year-old. This is all just today and last night.
Yeah, all just today and last night.
And it was another shooting and killing, but I don't want to just keep harping on it. But these are all the effects of people not moving with the Kanye effect, as I would call it. They don't have self-confidence. Right. They don't think highly of themselves. They don't think that they can do things great. Right. Or you wouldn't be wasting your talents doing stuff like this.
Right.
This is where you need to have supreme confidence. This is where your parents need to instill that confidence and tell you how great you are, or at least push you into trying to be great or doing something productive with yourself.
Right, exactly.
That's why I wore this hat today. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's my Black Wall Street hat.
We can't see it.
It's a reflective hat. My dude, he's specially made it. It's a special made hat for me for Black Wall Street.
Right.
You know, but I think that we actually need confidence put into our kids more than ever right now.
Right.
With the way that the pandemic shook up the confidence of the kids, because one way that you build confidence is going and being around people and interacting with people. So when you shut people down for a year, some people, especially kids who never had the social skills, lose the social skills even more because they're not in these everyday situations. And I know a lot of parents are like, yeah, taking their kids out of school. I get that. But if you take your kids out of school and homeschool them, make sure that you're getting them around kids daily.
Yes.
And around people their age daily, interacting with people. And don't let them just sit in the house all day and not have any interaction. Right. Just because all this shit's going on out here don't mean you got to be scared to go outside, because if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. You can't be scared to let none of this scare you into not doing anything out here. Right. But you do have to let your kids be kids. You have to let them go outside, let them play, get interactions, let them get in the fights.
Yes.
That's how they learn how to deal with stuff. Yeah. Little bullshit relationships as kids, so they can learn how to deal with breakups when their girlfriend breaks up with them and they don't want to go kill themselves just because they ain't ever had a girlfriend. They get their first girlfriend at 19 and now they don't know how to deal with their emotions, and now they want to off themselves or whatever it is, man. There's so much that we see that is so common nowadays amongst people and kids, and even people my age still deal with it that I see. Like, we seen the sucker that killed Trouble. Right. Over his girl inviting another dude over to the crib, and he got a problem with the dude. And he ain't got no relationship with the dude. You got a relationship with that girl. Right. And now you risk your life. You know, y'all risking y'all's life 25 years over somebody who obviously gonna be fucking somebody else here in a couple weeks.
I mean, she getting smashed. She getting smashed right goddamn it now.
She hadn't come through after the show, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first dude that she done had.
That girl getting smashed right now, man. Shout out to my, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Red Supreme TV1, man. Listen, same stuff my nigga be talking about, man. These girls be sitting here getting these niggas involved with these situations. These niggas be losing their lives, be going to jail for years, and these chicks just be coming out unscathed. Don't nothing ever happen to them. They still out here left to just suck and fuck the next nigga, man.
Yeah, that's all they gonna do.
You hear me? That's all they gonna do.
Y'all cats over here fighting for these women. Dumb motherfucker.
And that's the Kanye effect. That's another aspect of the Kanye effect. Look at Kanye's situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kanye is messing with that witch of a wife he got and got kids by, right? And he sitting here finding himself in a situation he's in, where another man was getting seen in a picture in a golf cart with your daughter sitting on his lap.
I might have some issues with that too, but and I ain't even a jealous guy.
We got Project Leroy in the building, but what about your daughter sitting on another nigga's lap, though, bro?
That's what I'll say. Like the other stuff, all right. But you know, also when you going through them divorces and shit and stuff like that, salute Project Leroy. You know, it's a sticky situation. But yeah, all the other stuff I get, but the sitting on the lap and then having that picture released, that was a little bit. I like, hey man, we might have to scrap. Kim, matter of fact, you know, it's still on your woman, man. You know, and me just saying that I probably would feel a certain way just because that's me. And I don't feel like I got no second because I ain't no jealous guy. Like I'm the type dude that if I'm with a woman and we go out and she go off with another cat or some shit, I ain't gonna be mad. I'm just gonna go and do something else with somebody else. Like I'm just gonna switch it up. Like, oh, well, that wasn't for me. Because I've taken women like that myself back in the day. Like I've been at the bar and they've been with another dude and they come straight up and leave with me. Unfortunately, that's the way the game goes. You know, don't get mad at me. You know what I mean? You chose me. You know the rules of the game. But you know, a lot of y'all don't get that, and y'all never been in that situation. Y'all never been players and on both sides of the game, so you don't know how the game goes. So you take it as disrespect when a dude ain't going really. Ain't too many times I've seen cats just really straight out disrespect. Like I used to DJ at Donnericks long time ago. I DJ there for 9 years, 10 years actually, and the three fights that I seen on the dance floor was all because it was the end of the night. I'll start playing slow songs. I used to call it the what I call the power hour. So my last like half hour, I'm playing. Hey, bro, I'm playing nothing but joints that if you were in the spot and you got your lady and you don't take her home and smash off of what I'm playing, then you ain't doing it right. So yeah, I used to get the mood set up, and that's when a girl like she be drunk, she go on the dance floor, she start dancing, a dude come up, and but her dude is still sitting at the table.
She sure is, Glitch.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Mr. O in the building, what's good? Lance Parker, what's good with y'all? How y'all doing tonight, man?
I don't know if Kim a witch, but she is cold.
No, she's definitely a witch, bro.
And she must got some fire box. That's all I could say about Kim. I don't know. Y'all better leave my Kim.
Fire box, all right.
Leave Kim alone, y'all.
This nigga Pete Davidson. Listen here, man.
Hey,
this nigga Pete Davidson is the ultimate lame. You hear me? Not only did he get this chick tatted on him, he got all 4 of another man's kids' initials etched in his skin.
That's what I'm saying. It's stuff like that where I might have, like, I would have started taking it a little personal. Like, you get my kids' names tatted on you. You over here.
That's just taking it too far right there, man.
Bro, like I said, it's certain things. Like at that point, it ain't even about you being with my ex or whatever it is. Now I feel like you trying to you trying to provoke me in a sense. You know?
Being like, real disrespectful.
Yeah, don't provoke me. Like with me, I could take disrespect in a sense if it's like something that just kind of graces over where, you know, somebody might not know they disrespect you, but when I feel like you intentionally disrespecting me, then that's when I get that where I'm ready to go at all. I'm taking everything. It don't matter. You don't want to be in that path. That's all I can say. Like, I don't do the disrespect well. And sometimes it backfires because I might jump off the edge too quick, but I definitely don't like that shit. But let's see here. Yeah, I did that. I played Buy You a Drink for Rob that night. I'm trying to tell you, when I used to DJ, cats would come in and like either the next night or the next week, and they would just throw me like 20. I done got 50 bucks. Like, bro, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't even make it to the car. Like, bro, I'm playing that music, bro. I know what to play to get it going. Like, and yeah, but at the end of the day, Stacks, I feel like what Pete did with the name tattoo and the sitting on the lap, that would have probably pushed me over the edge a little bit. But at that point, it ain't even about the girl. It ain't about me being
a little bit, man.
Bro, you know I ain't no jealous cat or nothing, but bro, oh man, I feel like you calling me out in a sense.
Yeah, this is taking it too far right here, y'all. I gotta say that this right here, again, that's just taking it way too far.
Yeah, I'm far from a jealous cat, bro. I don't have a jealous bone in my body, but
right.
I'm not like I said, the blatant disrespect that eats at me a different way, I would say. You know.
And that's definitely blatant disrespect right there.
Yeah,
but you got to box cleverly, man. You supposed to be like, you know what? He's an all right guy. He's a silly guy. You know?
Oh, that's what Kanye did.
Yeah.
Kanye played, and this is one thing I think this was a rollout for. Like, they're gonna end up getting back together. At the end of the day, Kanye and Kim, they're gonna end up getting back together. This was Kanye dropped a lot of stuff during this time. Kim got her show. I think this is the last season. So they had to drum up some great storylines for the last season of the Kardashians.
Uh-huh.
So, like we always say, it's always something you gotta look behind of where it really is. Like you gotta kind of do the due diligence. And we know, obviously, Kanye was dropping his album around the time when everything first started. Mm-hmm. He dropped 2 albums since, and then Kim had her epic. Well, the last season of the Kardashians coming up. So every time they got the Kardashians coming up, you start seeing all kind of stuff pop up with them. And that's what this was. It's a rollout for something. But at the end of the day, the Kanye effect, if you really want to look into this, is that Kanye ain't even got to do nothing. He ain't got to drop nothing. And then when his name hits the media,
right,
he's the number one story. He's the most influential person right now, probably in the world.
Right.
I don't know too many people that has the influence that Kanye has. Like the dude, people can say whatever they want about him, but the shoes, they sell out. You can't even damn near get you a pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
None of his stuff. His shirts, they talk all they want about the shirt. I can't even get a Kanye West shirt, and I want one. Mm-hmm. Let me just tell you, I just want one for the collection. I got a pair of shoes, luckily. I'm happy to own the one pair that I got because I done tried about 10 times, and I ain't paying $400 for them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, shit. Not even Jordan got that pull. Mm-hmm. Like this dude Kanye, man, like even his albums, the way that he rolls his albums out, it's just different. I mean, the dude, he's definitely a genius in our era to the way that he shows you how to self-market yourself.
Right.
I don't think nobody self-marketed themselves to the capacity that he does. And he rubs elbows, and it's just, we just think about his connections. The people we talk to, I'm about to just hit Elon up and, discuss this. After he just got finished talking shit about him. Like with all these people. But the Kanye effect to me, like I said, just to will it back, it's about confidence, the way that you move. Just having confidence in yourself. Because when you have that confidence, sometimes your confidence can carry your talent to the next level.
Right.
Your ambitions, your dreams, your drive. Because with confidence, people tend to follow confident people.
That's
and it's a science to it. It's definitely a science to it. So you just got to think about it, the way you move. Like, I think that's one thing that people always loved about us as being E.N.E. Even before E.N.E., just our group. Like, just think about our group. Me, you, John, Court, Verge, Meat back in the day. Like, the way that our group was built was the most confident cats that you probably could get that was cool also. So that's another part about it.
Right.
Being confident and cool. Because there's a lot of confident assholes that people don't like.
Definitely. And Kanye's one of them to an extent.
To an extent, because at the same time, Kanye helps and helped so many people.
Uncle Diggity in the building. What's good, brother?
What's good, Uncle Diggity?
Now we gotta get to this aspect of it.
Mr. O with the info. What's good, brother?
We gotta get to this aspect of it though, L. Now, we gotta get into the negative effects of the Kanye effect and how it permeates through society. You know, we using Kanye as like the, you know, but this is something that a lot of other cats display too when it comes to this whole Kanye effect, man. You hear me? Some of the negative part, man, when you take on that God complex mentality, man, you hear me? You start to really, really have some sort. Now, and this is the crazy part about it, right? Because these people will give you the platform, they'll give you the power, right? They'll give you the platform, they'll give you the power, they'll give you the money, they'll make you rich, they'll make you famous, right? But somehow, and then when you start interacting with them and you start seeing the type of money you could get, you actually start making some money. What you start seeing is that slavery still exists. And this is the new form of it. If you ain't nothing but a rich goddamn slave, rest of the essence, the Dolph, he made the song Rich Slaves, man. You hear me? And that's why, on top of other stuff that we ain't going to discuss tonight, these guys be making sacrifices, man, and they be having to do all type of weird, crazy stuff. And there's levels to the stuff. You hear me? And these guys be having to deal with a lot. That's why they getting all the tattoos. That's why they getting all the tattoos.
Right.
You hear me? Think about Pete Davidson, you know. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? When it comes to the negative aspects of this Kanye effect, man, thinking, you know, you can, get ahead of yourself. And every time they slap these niggas on the head, pause and let these niggas know when they get out of line. Kanye know that more than anybody.
What's Pete Davidson? What was he known for prior to a lot of this? Like,
I just know him from playing on SNL, man. I don't know him from anything else. He got that weak ass movie, Straight Out of Staten Island or something.
King of Staten Island, yeah.
Besides that,
I don't really remember him. Like you said, SNL, I remember a little bit, but I'm not an SNL dude unless I see like a monologue.
Yeah, I used to watch SNL when I was in the joint a lot, man. You know, because it was something to do on a Saturday night on the late night side. All my niggas into the joint, know what I'm talking about, on the late night side. You know, so you makes you a little bowl from earlier. You got your damn eat a whole box of goddamn oatmeal pies with some peanut butter on them motherfucking night. You know, talking about drinking a big dumbass cup of water. You know what I'm saying? Sit up there on that bed on that rack and watch goddamn Saturday Night Live. And that nigga Pete Davidson's old weird chomo looking ass, man.
Hey, Stacks, when I was doing the weekends, I'd do 5 different weekends in the county. You might be better to know. What was the shit that they made me on top of the bed where they crushed up like it might have been peanut butter crackers or chips and tuna fish, and they put that shit on there. Oh, that was one of the best meals I had in my life, bro. I don't even know what it was called, and I can't remember everything. I know they used to have the Jolly Juice where they used to get the Jolly Ranchers or whatever, but whatever that they made. Like, if I could just go in there for one day just to figure out that recipe, I wouldn't do it, but I would like to get that recipe because that shit was fire, whatever it was. But no, Pete Davidson, like you said, I don't remember. I'm like, honestly, I'm just trying to, I ain't even going to Google him and give him that attention or nothing, but I just was trying to think off of the strength of my memory. Because it seems like he's definitely well known. I've always known his name for some reason, but anything. And like you said, the King of Staten Island, that's the only movie I can even think to name him in. So he's not like a movie star. So I wasn't even sure really where he came from. And I think the comedy special he did was his first comedy special. So I'm like, well, where did he come from? But
and that's where he came from. He came from Saturday Night Live.
It's SNL, okay. Yeah, they put a lot of people on, so that makes sense.
But
I don't like that dry comedy all the time.
Yeah, it's not only dry comedy, it's weird white boy creepy comedy. Like when he said that joke about the kid sucking his finger, man, pause. I'm just looking at him like, okay, all right. I ain't gonna say, man, listen, man. I'm never the one that's gonna tell somebody what they can or can't say, right?
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. But nonetheless, right, there's certain things that would probably be best if you did not say them. Right? Case in point, and this is where you crossing that line where comedians can just say what they want, right? You know, because comedians are supposed to be those bastards of free speech to where they could just like literally say anything, no matter how offensive it may be perceived to be. But certain things we have to like keep to a certain level of decency to where we're not gonna make jokes about any type of inappropriate sexual interaction between an adult and a minor.
Yeah, that's different.
And just to let y'all know how serious I'm about this shit, you'll never hear nothing like that. You know, them little gay, little white boy jokes. You hear me? And don't take offense to that, white people. Y'all know y'all be on that gay joke stuff. I've been locked up with enough white boys to know how they joke around. And I don't.
It's just different. Yeah, it's
maybe
different.
some white dudes can come on here and explain that.
Because I ain't even gonna label it I just think
we weren't raised like that in the hood, man. We weren't raised like as young niggas growing up in the hood. Right. We was not raised to be, whenever we joking around with each other, like to be on homo shit, bro.
That's why I think I was about to say, I think it's more of a culture thing. Because you know me, like I went to Bexley for a little bit. So going to Bexley, some of the black dudes, that's kind of how they, you know what I mean? I think it's like their culture, like, you know, and they be in this sports. You know, I was playing football with them, basketball. I'd be in the locker room, and you know, some of the shit. And I get it, like, you know, locker room, like shit. You know, niggas get undressed and you shower and all that, but don't be touching me when I'm naked, bro. Like,
that's homo.
You know what I mean? I don't want to play while I'm naked. Like, wait till I get showered and all that, then we could play around. Then we could do all the tackling and all that shit, in wrestling. But I ain't like, that's the difference. Like I get what you're saying, because that's like the difference. But like I said, I couldn't even just limit it to white people, because I seen like black dudes do it when I was at Bexley too. Like we were younger. That was like half of my 8th and half of my 9th grade year. And I just think it's the culture, the way, like you said, the jokes, the dry humor type jokes, and the way that you act like that. Because even me being at work, you know, I was in the mortgage industry. So, you know, in the mortgage industry, I'm most likely one of the only black people most of the time in the room, you know, to be honest, when I'm in those meetings, even when I'm in meetings, when I'm in my other jobs. But here, really. And, you know, some of the shit they would say, do the jokes, just a little too far, you know, cats walking up, like, you know what I mean, just doing silly shit. Like, you got to check it once and they respect it, but you could tell that to them that's like normal. And it's cool.
Right,
like,
exactly.
And I know it ain't no disrespect. That's why I don't flip out, like, when I witness it or, you know, be around it, because I've been around enough to know to them that's just the way they operate and they think it's cool. You just take, you know, hey, I'm cool on that. Like, you know, that's the way I always talk. I'm cool on that, bro. You know what I mean? That's the L. Leave me the fuck alone. Bye. I hope you respect me. Like I said, I'm cool on that, bro. That's my tagline. And then if you go past, then you're gonna get the flip L. Then you get the order L, the hood, the whatever. Ain't even hood, it's just L. Just me. You get the real L. But yeah, bro, I just think it's a culture thing, honestly, when it comes to that. Cause I seen it kind of go all the way around. It's probably more in that culture more, but it's definitely something that I've seen on the spectrum.
Right.
Being in Bexley, you know, those from Columbus, you know the difference between Columbus and Bexley in certain areas. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's different, you know. So I kind of get it in a sense.
So how about this right here? How about this? Okay, this is another negative aspect of this Kanye effect, right?
Oh, I didn't get to talk about what you said though about
What
the
you
God
mean?
complex.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. Before you go to the next one, I just real quick on the God complex. Yeah, to go off the negative on that is
Right.
that you can sometimes alienate yourself from your people.
Right.
And that's what you don't want to do. Like supreme confidence, I'm all with that. It's great. But I think that when you do, and all of us at some point may fall victim to it, where
Right.
you get very, very confident in what you're doing at the time, and you may jump off the deep end with maybe a comment or the way you move. And normally, you know, the real ones could will it back in and recognize it themselves. And sometimes somebody will tell you, and you're like, oh, damn, you're right. I was tripping, you
Right.
know, and that's something that we all got to do. So the negative part is, of course, overstepping your boundaries or you know doing something that you know got to come back. But if you real with yourself and you real with the people around you, it's never back and humble yourself to you know if you really rock with them people. Because sometimes you might just say, I don't give a fuck you. Like I don't care what you say. Like yeah, and but you know, when there's certain situations, certain relationships that you have with people, you got to be cognizant. And if you want to keep that relationship, then eventually you're going to have to humble yourself in some of those positions if you do overstep that boundary.
Right.
And, you know, I've been victim of that myself, you know, where I said some shit and be like, oh, you know what? I had to relive at that moment. You felt that way. And yeah, and it's not that you wasn't feeling that way. Let's reiterate that. That could have been how you felt in that moment because sometimes our emotions gets the best of us, and this is what we gotta do better as just humans is checking our emotions and not reacting off emotion because that's when you find yourself in that God complex, overstepping your boundary where you gotta will it back, and sometimes you get lost in it. That's you know part of the effect, the Kanye effect, as you say. So
Right.
yeah, it's great to have that confidence, but also be cognizant and recognize the people who you're around and the way that they're reacting to it.
Right.
Because they may accept it. People may accept it even when you're wrong, but you got to be the one that kind of wills it back in from there.
Right.
And sometimes nobody's gonna tell you when you're wrong. Like sometimes
You don't want a whole bunch of yes men around you, man.
it happens so often, and that's
You
what
want to have
happens.
solid niggas around you that's gonna hold your ass accountable when you wrong, man.
Right.
Them is real friends right there.
Yeah, it's the difference between just people that's around you because of the situation that you're in. You know, maybe you the cat with all the bread. Maybe you the cat that pulls all the chicks when y'all go out. You know, everybody got certain roles that they may play in their cliques on reasons why people may just, you know, oh, he the cool one. Yeah, you know, what I mean, he going even if he's wrong, we were just gonna let him rock. Nah, like you gotta tell your people when they wrong across the board. And
Right.
like I said, to will it back to the very beginning, be yourself at all times. Like, stop with all this following shit. Y'all niggas want to be Kia boys, so that's why I'm gonna start calling y'all motherfuckers that be following Kia boys.
Kia boys.
Y'all fucking Kia ass. My fault. Let me.
That's a Columbus shit for your eyes. And all that shit, man. For real, man.
I mean, it is. Hey, man.
Y'all
It
niggas good
is.
for Kia. Y'all niggas good Columbus, Ohio Kia boys. Y'all see,
Man.
y'all know what we talking about. Anyway, now another negative aspect of this Kanye effect, man, this you know, this super inflated sense of self, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of us have, or even most of us have displayed at some point in time, right? A nigga like Kanye, we talking about niggas on his stature though, right? This another negative aspect of this persona that these people take on, so to speak, right? Is in the efforts of being a good dad and being able to provide for your children and be that dad that these kids need, you create the environment that creates the exact opposite of that. So you become a billionaire and you got to go deal with the situation of your kids being videotaped sitting on another man's lap because your wife is pretty much a witch and a whore.
Yeah.
Nigga, L ain't had nothing to say to that.
No, I mean, I wouldn't call her a whore.
I would. A whore. Listen, y'all. Hold on.
I mean,
we about to dispel this right now.
We can. You give your point first, and then I'll rebut.
We about to dispel this right now. Right? And I do this from time to time, y'all. Right?
Because I gotta know, like, what's the definition and why, and then I could kind of go off of that, and then I'll give the reason why I.
We're gonna be all the way fair with it too, right?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be 100 with it. That's why I want to know your point of view. You know, go ahead.
My point of view, and listen here, I'm gonna come up. My point of view is always going to be the facts, the truth, right? That's what it's going to be, right? So when we think about what a whore is, y'all, right? I'm gonna come back up for this. Hold on, I'm gonna come back up, y'all.
My fault, y'all. I'm taking a smoke break. I'll come back up in a second.
All right. Whore. Y'all see it, right?
I'm watching.
Y'all see it on the screen, right?
Let me put you on the big screen.
Y'all see it on the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You hear me? Whore. It's a noun. Whore, plural, whores. Derogatory, a prostitute. A person who is willing to do anything to get a particular thing. He's listen to the sentence though. He's a shameless publicity whore.
I was about to say, ain't we all whores to some degree then?
No, correction. Men can only be whorish, but not actually a whore.
How is that?
By this definition right here. This is a person who is willing to do anything to get a particular thing. Right?
Right.
And pay attention to why I say that though. Men can only act in whorish ways, but can't necessarily be a whore, just like you can act like a gangster, but not necessarily be a gangster. Right?
I feel like I used to be a whore.
I mean, you might have acted in a whorish way, though, but you know what I'm saying? Just fall with me when I say this. Now, listen to it. Offensive. A woman who has many casual sexual encounters or relationships.
Okay. I mean, if that's what they kind of... So what's the male version of the word then? Because it's got to be a male version.
There's no masculine version of the word. You can only, as a man or male, act in a whorish way. That doesn't necessarily
I don't like that.
Whore.
But that's kind of
no, it's not, because listen here, you can be Jewish, right? Jewish, but that doesn't necessarily make you a Jew or a Hebrew.
Right.
Understand the phonetics and the etymology, y'all. That's how we telling y'all about these words, man.
No, I get it. I mean, I get exactly what you're saying. I just feel
word
like
whore is feminine in its nature anyway. The very first definition is a prostitute. When you think of a prostitute, you don't necessarily think of a man. It's not a masculine term. This is why I tell y'all to study language so y'all would know this stuff.
But men could be prostitutes too.
No, mans can. Well, a man could. I guess you could say a man could be a prostitute to a certain extent. But even if that's true, it's still a feminine term, though. It's not an ambiguous term.
No, I get that. I mean,
when you break down the etymology and the phonetics of the word whore, it is feminine in its nature.
No, I see. Yeah, the offensive, it definitely clearly says a woman.
Yes.
I see that. So I'm not going to debate that. That's the Google definition. So I can't deny the definition I'm seeing.
A woman who has a woman who has many casual sexual encounters or relationships. So what does that say about a lot of chicks?
But the thing is, most of her relationships were her boyfriends that I've ever heard about. It's only
You
been
talking about
one.
Superhead?
No, I'm talking about Kim K. Like I've only heard of one dude that might have smashed it wasn't necessarily dubbed her boyfriend. All the rest of the dudes were her boyfriends, from what I've heard. Unless
she don't have hella different boyfriends though.
But who don't get in relationships, Verge? How we gonna call somebody a whore when they in a relationship having sex? I would say a whore to me would be more like her sister, maybe. But I mean, if 90% of the people that you
let me
have,
just ask you this question, and we just gonna kill this right here.
I'm just saying, if 90,
let me just ask you this question though: you go on wife up a chick who knowingly been gunned by mad different known D-boys in the city?
Yeah.
You would?
I mean, so this is the difference.
Hold on. No, stop. No. Let me
hold up.
No.
All right, let me be real.
Clear about this.
Yeah, let's be real, because you know I'm selective. So
I said just
so I might have.
You didn't hear what I said, man.
No, yeah, I think I missed, but that's what I
said. So you are going to wife up a chick who you knowingly had to mess with several different popping ass street niggas in the city.
So my question
is, talking about street niggas with days right here in the city, Columbus, Ohio.
Were those guys her boyfriend?
Man, it don't matter if that was her boyfriend or not, man. You know these niggas smashed her.
But we got to keep the context in the same context, though. We can't.
It is in the same context. That's not out of context.
Because if we compare Kim K,
even if it was her boyfriend, that says a lot. If that was all her boyfriends too.
But you
that says a lot if they were all her boyfriends.
But who was the bad dude that? I mean, who was like? Fuck dudes that she dated. Like she dated like credible dudes. Like there was actually cool dudes. I mean, which dude? It's like Reggie Bush.
That's all well and good and true.
But I'm not even. This is my thing. So to kind of go into it, we all got past. So when you get, especially to a certain point. Now when we 22, 25, all right, I ain't trying to be with the girl that's hit everybody. And honestly, I may not even know everybody you hit, because that ain't even. But like you said, if it's
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
somebody that's well known.
Mess with hella different niggas. A chick who is known to mess with hella different niggas. We're not talking about a chick who hasn't messed with hella different niggas, who just might have messed with a couple different niggas that you don't know because you don't rock with. I'm talking about a chick who you knowingly has rocked with hella different niggas, man.
But that's tainted because you're not putting it in the same context.
How was it out of context though?
Because the context with Kim K is that, like, how many dudes do you know? All right, let's just rewind it. How many dudes do you know that hit Kim K that wasn't in a relationship with her? Let's just say that.
That's the whole thing. It don't matter if she was in a relationship or not. That's not what matters.
That's not the factor. I can't knock you for having sex in a relationship when you're in a relationship.
We're not talking about having sex in a relationship. We're talking about having multiple relationships with multiple different niggas.
Bro, after
and you gonna come along and wife her up?
That ain't high school, bro. We ain't in high school, man. And we in high school.
We ain't gotta be in high school, my nigga. We don't have to be in high school to do that. Nigga, I'm not about to wife up no chick that I know mess with 5, 6, 7, 8 different dope boys in Columbus that I know, nigga.
Then what's the difference between the dope boy and the dude next door?
Men, period. How about that? That I know, I know that 8 different niggas, 9, 10 different niggas I know that smash this chick. I'm not about to wipe her up. Why would I do that?
I mean, if she choose me because I'm me.
Oh man, that's a whole other topic for another day, man.
So my thing is this.
You hear this nigga glitch, man? This nigga
no. But because my thing would be this. This is all right. So here, I gotta cut my camera on, man.
You hear glitch? You hear? Look, why nigga glitch cry? You hear this glitch, man?
Where my shit?
Hey, glitch, hold on, glitch.
Hold on, I'll put y'all on the big
screen. I dropped the link, man.
Nah, hold on. Because
glitch, man, you about to wipe up a chick you know that ran through the whole E.N.E.
No. See, that's where you keep going the wrong way because you are not. You're putting different context on it. This is different context, though.
Why the go nigga say, "Oh, bruh"?
That's two different contexts.
That's not two different contexts. It ain't gotta be. It ain't gotta be us. It can be anybody.
That's different context.
You know, I'm not about to listen, man.
You taking two different contexts, bro.
I don't know no niggas is about to sit up here and goddamn it wife up or be real serious with a chick who they know. Bro, 8-10 different niggas that smash this chick that they know.
Just because you don't know, shit, you might be with a girl today. You don't know nobody that smashes. She smashed 100 niggas.
That's a different topic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a chick on the status of a Kim K.
Because you know that's the difference.
Let's be more honest, L. Let's be more honest, L. There's chicks out here on the status of a Kim K who absolutely should not be on the status of a Kim K.
But anybody in the public eye definitely is going to have their track record out here. We got homies in the clique. I'm probably like one of the illest niggas to move through the city to not have my track record out there, honestly. For the stats I put up and people not to know who I mess with, I could go down as a GOAT because a lot of niggas in our clique, niggas in our clique, they knew who everybody was messing with. Like, their name was in the streets. My name never floated in the streets like that, I feel like.
Yeah, mine either.
Like, yeah, yours neither.
Yeah, but
but that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, just because you might not have heard about me don't mean that I wasn't slaying.
Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. But that's exactly, once again, that's
and
not what we're talking about. It don't make me no
better than the next dude, though.
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you messing with a chick and taking her serious, a chick who has publicly messed with massive different niggas. It don't matter if they was she was in relationship with them. Massive different niggas.
You saying massive, bro?
A lot. I mean, with Kim K, she's messing with
I don't feel like Kim K's track record is that much, bro. I could deal with somebody who I know if they only hit like 8 niggas. I'm telling you, these girls is hitting 8 niggas in a year out here, bro. Easy. Some of the chicks that like nowadays, these chicks is out here getting it in. Y'all, like,
yeah, you should be able to tell.
I ain't even been in the game for 20 years, damn near. But
once again, we're talking about a chick at the level of a Kim K, though. That's what we're talking about here.
But even in the hood, bro, like if let's just say I was just out here and L's back in the streets, it's going to be very few people that I know that might be on the level that I would wife that I don't know some dudes that probably slid up in there. Just because I know most of the people in the city. And most of the baddest chicks that, or whoever, like not even baddest, just the women that you probably would, like you're going to know some people that probably rock that box. Unfortunately, unless you go out of town. If you in the city and you in the known, there's not too many that just flies completely under the radar. It's almost impossible. And like I said before, with me, I've known dudes that smash the girls before me. Like, but me, I'm not a relationship guy like a lot of people. I've only really in my life had about 4 real relationships. Like, it's only been 4 girls that could say that they were my girlfriends ever in life. Like, my shit was tight. Like, I just didn't put labels on mine ever. That just ain't me. Like, and I could rock with you every day. And it don't mean that we in a relationship. It just mean that we rocking every day. And I make that clear 100%. So I've always moved a little differently with that. And you know I'm selective. You know how I am, Stacks. I've always been selective. Like, it's only 4. And you know, Shanita, Zach. Oh, damn, this one.
You hear me, Lance Parker?
Shanita, Zach.
On the same way, brother.
Yeah, that's it. Shanita, Zach, and Julie. I've only really been in 3. My fault. I've only been in 3 relationships in my whole long time.
Guarantee.
Like, it's only 3 women that can say that they've been my girls their whole life. Real shit.
What's up with my nigga Glitch?
Real relationships, not no bullshit little high school joints. My nigga Glitch is in the motherfucking building. Man, what's good, bro?
What's good with it, boy?
You whore.
All right, we ain't never gonna get the E.N.E meeting, so this is about as close as we can get to them. My brother, man, what's good with you, bro? How you doing down there, man?
Nah, shit, man. I'm in the booth right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You about to send me something, is what you saying. Hey, bro. Hey, thanks for the verses. Muchos gracias.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? When I get them, I send them back.
I need something though, man. Y'all ain't been, man. It's good to see my bro, man. How's the weather down there?
It's low key straight right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't. I think the highest we gonna get to this week probably like 86, so it ain't too hot. But we got storms all week and shit.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. But I wanted to hop in real quick because I had a question though. You know what I'm saying? Say about these chicks. Now say it is a chick that we know. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? We know like are you not messing with a chick? Even if like you knew like she messed with like 6, 7, 8 years ago, but it was like that long ago, you still ain't messing with her though?
You talking about one of the homies?
No, I'm just saying, like, say for instance, it's a chick that you know that's like years ago, like a couple of the
say one of the
homies.
homies.
Yeah, like a couple of the homies smashed like years ago, like 7, 8 years ago. You can't mess with her still?
Well, just a smash. I don't know about wiping her up, though.
Oh, okay.
But how you know you ain't? See, this is my thing.
Here this nigga hell go, man.
Because I got you know me, bro. Because even though I didn't have a lot of relationships, you still confined.
Yeah, what that shit you about to say, man?
Nah, because we're gonna be real on here. This is the effect we talking about.
Blaming your ass, man.
Hey, they can't blame me. Hey, bro, I'm one of the most player niggas. Hey, man, my jersey's in the Raptors, bro. They better stop playing with me.
My nigga definitely is a player.
Don't make me pull the 45 jersey back out. But nah, I'm just talking from a real perspective because, like, even when you moving, like, you still can have certain feelings for certain people. Like, you know, how do you deny the feelings that you might get if you are having a true relationship? How do you cap those feelings if you do get it?
Well, like, this is how I'm gonna answer, and this is how I would answer that, L.
And before you say the reason I'm asking, but the reason I'm asking is because I didn't ever like go into it like, yo, I'm about to wife this girl, and you know, sometimes like I ain't even saying the smash has anything to do with it, but like if you in that kind of relationship, it makes it easier for you to open up to her when you already have that relationship with them. If you do feel them, it's gonna be perfect. If everything rocking, it's gonna be like, oh shit. Like if the sex is good, if y'all have great and then she end up having fire conversations, and then you have a connection, bro, that's the holy trinity. Like you almost victim to it. At that point,
I'm not letting it get to that. I'm not letting it get to that point. If I was just asking the question, but I'm just saying if I know the homies smashed, if I know the homies already smashed, I can't wipe her. Like I know the homie smashed, I can't wipe her.
Glitz. Come on, cuz, man. So, 7, 8 niggas that you know personally, they ain't gotta be in a circle with E.N.E. niggas. They can just be extended niggas. Like, just 7, 8 niggas, though. You about to wipe that up, though, bro?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. If I know the homies already smashed, I'm not wiping her.
But then that's when you gotta go out of town. That's why Rob's out of town.
Yeah, none of the homies will have smashed my chick that I want.
Yeah, he out of town. So that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's a different. Yeah. But if Rob was in the motherfucking city, we all know the same people. We know too many people, bro. It's impossible for you to find somebody in the city at our age that you don't know at least 3 or 4 people.
Man, I ain't gonna say all that.
Bro, it is.
I see what you're saying, L, to an extent, but
it is damn near impossible, bro. You're gonna have to find a diamond. That's that Kevin Samuels when he talk about that high value man. Now you chasing a high value woman.
None of that shit.
now you chasing a high value.
To the homie though, but we We ain't even
Like,
talking about no shit like that. Though. We talking about
now we chasing unicorns. Now we chasing unicorns. Bro, you chasing unicorns at that point.
Nah, man, we ain't chasing no damn unicorns, man. Listen here, man.
And unless you're getting something that nobody, like I said, unless you're getting something that nobody wanted. Honestly.
That's
at our age,
that's true to an extent, man. You feel me? But this is what it all go back to, though. It all go back to your process of elimination, of reading character, what level of game you got about yourself, how much game you got about yourself to be able to just interact with a woman, to be able to tell whatever she did in her past, maybe potentially that you know based off of what she tells you, and you gauge and be able to gauge how you're going to interact with her after that or at that point. But you know what I'm saying, some of these girls can be the chameleon, and you got to be able to grab the chameleon and be able to see it for its original shape before it start going into its massive different other shape shifting characters and personas and shit.
Facts. You know how I could kill that? Because I'm gonna tell you this. It's this one line in this rap that I said when I said I hit one of America's top models. That line is not a fucking lie.
You feel me though, Uncle Diggity, bro, man?
No. Hold on. Let me tell you. When I said I hit one of America's top model, I hit one of the girls that went on America's Top Model. But when I say this, nobody knows who she is. I'm never gonna say her name. But she was out here, bro. Out here. And to this day, if she walked up to anybody in this chat, I'm pretty sure she would pull you. She still got it. She's still one of the coldest girls to walk this earth. And I'm just trying to say, man, you never know somebody's past, bro. And at this point, I ain't gonna lie, I don't ask past. I really don't even want to know. Like, if I just know, I know. But honestly, that's not a conversation that I'm ever going to bring up, me personally. And I hope you wouldn't bring it up with me. I mean, if you do, I would tell you. Like, I couldn't tell you because I don't remember everything, honestly, but I could tell you to my capacity. I ain't gonna have you out here looking dumb. I never did that to anybody. But at the end of the day, that's the thing. When you get to a certain point, bro, it's about respect. Like, long as it ain't no disrespect coming your way, what's the issue? Like, if you digging a chick, bro, if you really feeling a chick, like, the past ain't gonna. If you really digging her, that past ain't gonna matter, bro. At that point, you fighting it. You fighting it. Then you ain't being real with yourself. If you really feeling somebody and the reason that you ain't messing with her because of your past, and then you think about yourself, most of the guys I know got a pretty trashy past too. Now you being a hypocrite too. Like, cause
I feel what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it like,
I look at me.
There's
bro.
no way I could.
How can I judge somebody? How, Rob? With my past, how can I judge any woman ever? Because I can't no woman to hit even a fourth of what I did, an eighth. Right? So, and she could have a 30 count, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I might have did that my senior year on accident. Like, I might have did that number might have got achieved in a junior year. You never know. Like, it was crazy numbers those days. Like I said, you lose count. When I was DJing, it got crazy. It was crazy. I'm telling you, bro. Like, shit get crazy. So how can I ever judge a woman's past knowing who I am? And then, really putting that to the test, because she gonna know mad people. She might not know, but she gonna know people that I've dealt with. If she ain't from the city and she don't know nobody in the city, I mean, that's it. It's just not.
Where you coming from?
I'm just saying, like, we at a certain age when you get to that, like, we players in a sense. So it's like, look, if you really digging somebody, bro, honestly, in the way that this shit set up, you ain't gonna feel too many chicks the way you gonna have that feelings for. So if you get that feeling, if I'm out here, if I ever, you gotta go with your feelings, bro. You gotta make sure you take, cause out here, it's gonna eat you alive, bro. And then you're gonna be chasing the next one. Somebody, what? I'd rather be. What do you say? I'd rather be new to a town with chicks where I don't know the fellas than being in my hometown dealing with chicks I know homie smash. And I get that. I look, I truly get that.
Hey, what that nigga Lil Durk say? I love the bitches that say they ain't heard of me.
Yeah. But you know, Rob, now you know I used to stay on the outskirts. Now, one thing Rob know, I used to stay on the outskirts. I kept Rob on the outskirts. When we used to roll, bro, where would we used to go, bro? We used to go crazy spots that nobody would be.
Hey, we did put some spots on the map, though.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those dudes that loved the exclusive like chicks that nobody else would rock with. I like to go outside the two. Like I said, I was outside the 270. It was a point in time where I wouldn't mess with no chicks inside the 270. And I said that, like, if you ain't Upper Arlington, get handed. You ain't on the outskirts of 270, I don't even want it. And I was like that, Verge, but then I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's a lot of work in the city, too. But at the end of the day, to will it back, bro, I just don't feel like, you know, especially, bro, we 40 now. Like, if you feel it and you digging somebody, even when you younger, I'm going to tell y'all young cats.
Definitely not 40 yet.
Yeah, we're not 40, but, you know, we getting up there. But this is for y'all young cats, too, that may be like, yo, I might know somebody, man, fuck all that, bro. If you get with that chick and you feel her, fuck with her, bro. Like, real shit. Because you're going to get to later in life and it ain't too many ones that you're going to really feel. And you know when you got that real feeling connection. Don't let your pride get in the way of your happiness. I'm going to tell you that. Let me repeat that. Do not let your pride get in the way of your happiness. You're going to miss out on a lot of happiness letting that pride get in the way. I'm telling y'all young cats this from experience.
Man, and I agree with that to the fullest extent. But what I'm also going to say is this, young brothers, right? Absolutely don't ever, right, take any chick serious who smash 7 to 10 or more niggas that you may possibly know. They even gotta be the homies.
You don't. All right. So let me make this clear.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Right. We're not talking about a chick you meet and you just don't know her, and you know she may possibly have been a whore or whatever the situation. Whatever. You don't even contemplate such things because you don't know. We're talking about a chick who you know. We're talking about a chick who you know, mad niggas you know. The smasher. Not only mad niggas, you know, like popping niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas that ain't like niggas that's known niggas. You hear me? I don't care how good she may possibly potentially treat you. Don't wife that type of chick up, though.
You wife who you feel, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Let me hold on real quick. And if you feeling a chick like that,
you better wife who you feel.
Evaluate your manhood status and why you want to be a nigga that just want to fuck with a bro who done fuck with hella different D-boys or hella different whatever niggas, sports niggas, whatever niggas it is, police niggas, whatever the shit may be. You want to be the nigga that's known to mess with this chick and to mess with all these niggas, man. I mean, that's something you want to take on because you're feeling her. Y'all feel like y'all vibing or whatever the situation may be. Hey, go ahead.
Nah, you just gonna be you, bro. You're just gonna be you. Locking who you want.
Do not do that.
I'm just saying you lock.
Recreational use only. Recreational use only. Flat out.
But that's the thing. It's always going to start off most of the time it starts off as recreational use.
And keep it there.
But how can you if your feelings don't tell you that? That's what I'm saying.
Just because you feel something don't mean you should do it, man. How many times I felt like I should do something like, say for instance, I'm gonna tell you like this. How many times you done been with a chick who you feel like, damn, I feel like I should have hit that raw.
No. That's a different. You
That's
see,
not
you keep
different.
trying to flip it, bro.
It's not, you keep this
That's
nigga. It's
extreme.
not different, man. It's the same shit, man.
No,
Same
because
stuff,
you
man. Not different.
at this point we
Oh,
should
wait,
know.
Not different.
At this point, we should know what's a real situation. Like we should know if she's on point, if somebody that you would even consider that if she has any of the qualities that you would entertain to be in a relationship with. I mean, I'm hoping at this point, these are the chicks that you would be already entertaining. Like at least somebody who you feel like you could be on some kind of level with. You know what I mean? And then even if you ain't feeling that and you are just out here casually moving and grooving, which is also cool, then you also got to look at it like this. If you are moving and grooving, if you do catch feelings, then obviously it's something that made you catch feelings and have that eye for that person.
Right.
So why would you deny that eye if you know that you're moving and grooving and you already out here bopping and that ain't what's on your mind? You know what I mean? I'm just saying that you have to, you can't box yourself in. You don't want to box yourself in. Now I'm not saying, especially if you're single, you out here, you just doing what you do. Like, of course you ain't going into it like, oh, I'm about to wife you. Nah. But we are smart enough at this point to know if she is relationship material. Now your past has nothing to do with what you are to this day.
Shit, that's the fuck it do.
No, it don't, man.
Why don't it?
Because
nigga, if I get pulled over by the police right now,
now that's different.
Shit gonna come up, nigga. They're
We
gonna
talking
pull
about
me over and
relationships,
stress
though.
me out and all that shit, nigga. What are you talking? What you talking about?
Now we talking about relationships that you formulate with somebody that you
And
may
it all goes
be
along with
with.
the same thing, nigga.
It's different.
What you do in the past definitely has an effect on what's going on right now. If you done been in hella tumultuous relationship with niggas and then got all these attachments and all this fucking emotional trauma through these said relationships and all that, and ain't got nothing to, and then you bring that to me, yes, that shit has an effect right now in your life. Yes, it does. Feel. And I don't just go for chicks either. I go for you niggas that's emotionally damaged too.
Now that's one thing I can agree with but that's emotional.
It's just
that's emotional. Emotional shouldn't control.
But it does though, L. But that's the thing, it does. We know it shouldn't, but it does, especially women, especially females.
But once you separate that and you see the reality for who she is and how she can add value to your life, at that point when you say, look, this person can add value to my life.
Okay, so let's break this aspect of it down, L, and let's get to some real life reality right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Why would you deny anybody who can add value to your life?
How what is the probability of a woman, right, who got who you know to mess with hella different niggas that you know? Now, when we get into the numbers that we're talking about, because we can correlate this to Kim K, because we're talking about the Kanye effect.
But
right? So when we talk about Kim K, we can think of publicly at least 6, 7, 8 different niggas who we know done fucked with her and definitely done smashed her.
How many were? But how many was she not in the relationship?
All that you're about to say, that's irrelevant. All of that's irrelevant. We talking about niggas that smashed. We don't matter if they was in relationships. None of that. We talking about niggas. Different niggas we know, famous niggas that smashed her. That's what we're talking about.
But the reason I bring up the relationship, because to me that's different.
I don't understand. It don't matter if she was in 8 different relationships with 8 different real popping niggas that we know, my nigga. Like, you gonna be the nigga that's gonna be the 9th nigga that mess with this, bro? She probably got a couple kids by these niggas.
Because
she ain't childless. Now, this is what I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
She like 43 years old.
I'm gonna say this, L. I'm gonna say this. Now, the only way that I would say that would be kind of okay, right? To take her serious if she done mess with all these dudes and she don't got no children.
She didn't. So that will qualify Kim K, right?
No, because she got kids.
With Kanye.
Exactly.
But he's he wifed her though.
Exactly. That's my point though. That's my whole point.
But he had kids with her. He's the first person that got kids with her.
That's my whole point. And then, as far as any nigga in the future, we got Pete Davidson as an example regarding her. You hear me?
Yeah.
So
now that's different.
What I'm saying is, it would be not conducive for a nigga, right, and a man to take a chick serious the chick who got let's say now we get into a high body count, right? Kanye Effect, wifing up publicly known whores and witches, right? Jezebels, which a lot of these chicks is possessed by this Jezebel spirit out here. A lot of
alleged whore, alleged. We're still trying to.
I know alleged. A lot of you niggas and bras and people is out here straight Jezebel spirit possessed like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm talking about? Flat out. And we ain't gonna sit there and joke about that, man.
I just don't feel like people in relationships is whore, bro. You're in a relationship. What
no matter if you're in a relationship or not. You've been with nine relationships with 9 different known niggas in the city, known niggas, whoever. We ain't even talking about famous niggas. We talking about nigga publicly shit that is known. I'm not about to be the 10th nigga to wife you up. I don't see if you couldn't bring them niggas no value, and I don't see what value you would be able to bring to my life after 8, 9 niggas.
Well, you that nigga. Like, to me, I feel like I'm that nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not the like. I think the reason why I feel like that is because I feel like maybe I feel like I separate myself. Like, I feel like you messing with me is different than you messing with all them other cats out there.
No, I don't think like that, man. Unless she gonna be bringing some bread to the table and she breaking bread and we doing it like that.
Well, it ain't even.
Yeah, that's what it means. Like,
not at the beginning. At the beginning, you just building though. At the beginning, for me, we just building the foundation. You got to build the foundation before.
Yeah, but the reputation is already out there, though.
But that ain't. That's the thing. I don't go into it.
You at that point, you getting to know her and all that. You know she done. You know I smashed her. You know Glitch smashed her. You know what I'm saying, hella other niggas smashed her. You know at one point in time.
But like you said, yeah, when we initially,
once I know that part right there, that she done smashed so many, like it could never go past of trying to like do anything other than smash her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but what I'm saying,
what it was. Like, I mean, that's just what I think though. Like when I think of the homies, like chicks that the homies smash,
I get
look at them like the homies smash. So you know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I'm just playing devil's advocate because I'm just trying to see what we talking about now.
I know what you're doing. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying.
Because I'm saying you.
He said this the wrong devil advocate, Glitch.
Because I'm saying like putting stamps like the horror stamp on somebody who has sex inside a relationship to me is different than even.
But that's not what makes her a whore, though.
But but to me, what makes somebody a whore is when they're fucking to gain something out of it. Like I feel like even if
that don't make you a whore, then that would make you a prostitute, then.
But that's what your definition said, and this is what I'm gonna say because, like, I even feel like even a woman that has sex outside of a relationship that may bounce around ain't even necessarily considered like if you doing it casually. And you ain't doing it to gain nothing, like that could just be shit. Like how we move.
Look what Lance Parker said. What about possible future children and the ridicule they would face? Exactly.
But that happens all the time, though. How many people have babies and got baby mamas and all this? Like, so we can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't be a hypocrite now on that end because my thing is this. At the very and that's the thing. And that's the thing. So we gotta make sure that we separate it. And Andrea is 100% on that. So this is where I want to separate it. Because the separation is when you're fucking for something.
You trying to say something?
You just fucking.
Nah.
That's my thing. I feel like what makes you a hoe or a whore, any of that, is when you trying to fuck for a reason, for something higher than just that person. You know what I mean?
For a come up. That's what you're saying. Anybody?
That's what I'm saying. For a come up. That to me is a separation that even somebody who ain't in a relationship, who's just a single woman, that even or a single man that's out here just bopping around, I don't consider that hoish activity. Now, if you fucking like, oh, I'm trying to get some notoriety, or I see that they could take me to this, or they could do this for me. Like, if you're going into it with certain intentions outside of possibly a relationship, then yeah, that's the way I separate it and the way I feel, because that's why I'm like, I don't feel like, if anything, they trying to fuck her to get clout. She the one with the biggest name out here. Ain't no nigga that even Kanye. He the only nigga who can add any value to Kim K's name, and that's just because Kanye is the biggest motherfucker out here, influential wise. But anybody outside of that didn't. She got a bigger name than any other person. You know what I mean?
Well, my man Project Leroy say Kanye was a fool for wifing Kim.
I don't feel like he was a fool. I feel like I don't feel like he was a fool because I feel like he really loved her and he really loves her. And I feel like he really had that infatuation. Please don't label me a fool for my past relationships. Because I could be considered a fool.
Listen here, my nigga Mr. O said super fool.
I could be considered a fool, but
why? Fool, man. That boy Kanye West was goddamn fooling.
How, bro? I don't get it. But you know what? I see a lot of people say it, so you know.
That nigga was goddamn fooling, man. Who agreed that nigga was damn fooling?
Well, the thing is, even before the sex tape, she had her own brand though. And that was her boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, that's my thing. That was her boyfriend, bro. Like, if
my boyfriend or not, I just can't take her seriously unless we about to get some of this bread together. Then you know, I just be smashing her.
When I had a camera phone back when the first one.
You hear what I said, L?
Back in 05.
L, did you hear what I said?
Let me tell you, that camera phone.
L, did you hear what I said, bro?
You know what I got on that camera phone?
Did you hear what I said, L?
What's good?
I said the only way I would take a chick like that serious when it come to that, she got to be willing to break bread.
What do you think she did?
You know what I'm saying? How was she breaking bread with Kanye?
Bro, they
need her money.
You don't think Kanye's brand too?
Not so much. I don't. Let me tell you this, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like she, you know how much bread? Hold up.
Let me answer the question.
Let's talk money. Yeah, we want to talk money.
I'm gonna answer the question.
I want to know.
I'm gonna answer the question, bro. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She brought value in the sense that, you know what I'm saying? You know, he got a little fame or he got a little extra clout, but I don't think it was contributing factor to him to get to the status to where he's at now.
Who got a bigger name in the game, female-wise, outside of Kim K for the last 10 years? Outside of Beyonce or Rihanna?
I can't even think for real. To be honest with you, I would have to put them in the top 3. To be honest with you,
you know why?
You feel me?
Because outside of Beyonce and Rihanna, we can even go back to
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica Simpson, bro, she's fast.
I'm talking about money status. She's a billionaire.
She did it off something different, and so did Kim.
She's a billionaire though.
Kim actually was the first billionaire though, outside of them women. She was the first one to create a brand that became a billionaire. She was a billionaire before Kanye. Let's not forget. She was listed a billionaire before Kanye.
But was she listed a billionaire before she got with Kanye?
But she became one before him.
But oh no,
no, she did. No, she did. She did. Go out check. Check the stats. Check the stats.
Before him, she was known, but not like nothing before she got with Kanye. I mean, that's true.
She created the first. See these apps that these kids.
Hold on, I'm about to bring you up, Mr. Hold on.
These apps that people, the in-buy apps, the Fortnites, the shit like that. You know who was the first person to have
a super bag off Kanye?
No,
I'm about to bring my nigga Mr. O from Chicago in, man. What's good with you, bro?
She came. Let me tell you.
What up, Joe?
What's good?
What's up with my nigga Mr. O in the building, man?
Oh, what's good? What's good?
Man, I'm chilling, man. Over here at lunch and shit like that, checking in on the conversation. See y'all talking about that brouhaha, Kim K and the Kardashians and whatnot.
Yeah, we talking about the goddamn Kanye effect, man. How these niggas, you know what I'm saying, get famous.
Hold up, Andrea. I'm talking before the fact. Kim K is the first person that started in-app purchases. She was the first one. She had that Kim K Little Sims world, and they first started doing in-app purchases. She was making $80 million a year off of that app alone before, and put her family on. Y'all gotta remember when it first started. She's the first one before Fortnite. Think of all this money, Fortnite, all these games that you see your kids, the Candy Crushes, all this shit.
Right.
She was the first person with in-app purchases. Like, are we forgetting this? She was 80 million a year before Kanye. Like, she started a revolutionary thing that if you ever bought anything in a game or any app, thanks, Kim. If you ever purchased, and I'm pretty sure anybody with a kid, I got nephews, and I purchased a little, if they ask me, hey, can you get this? It's an extra $2, $5, $10 for this to get in the game to get this skin. Go ahead, nephew. Thanks, Kim K. You started that. Every time you hit that button, Kim K. So let's back it up and give her at least the credit. She's a no-talented motherfucker that got the most money and started a revolutionized thing that all of our kids and some of us have even used. So let's not be oblivious to the facts.
We ain't gonna say she ain't start shit.
She started that. She was the first person
to bring
do that.
the shit in, but she ain't start a motherfucking thing.
She started in. She's the first person to
as
start
a
in that
conduit
person.
to bring it in.
You could say use as a conduit, but she got paid like a motherfucker. And if I wish I'd have started that shit, give me 80 million to do that shit a year.
Not white Pookie.
Yo, she got lucky. She got lucky.
Lucky.
Now y'all talking about the Kanye effect.
Rich is lucky.
Hey yo, so y'all talking about the Kanye effect. So did y'all discuss Amber Rose yet?
Nah, that's one thing we ain't bring up.
Nope. Because then we'd be on Wiz and all them. Because all them niggas ate off of Kanye.
Nope. I mean, she started out with Kanye. Kanye took her ass after the damn strip club because she was a you know what I'm saying, a light-skinned John that got a black woman's body and shit like that. And she was eye candy. Yo, she basically when he got her, it kind of boosted up his his stats a little bit. And after a while, when he dumped her, her stats started declining until she got with Wiz. And once Wiz dumped her, she ain't hardly mentioned at all.
And that's for that damn slut walk.
Her and Kim K, two sluts. Got Kanye and Tommy.
I'm not.
He can either make you or break you.
Hey.
But Kanye, he making a lot of money.
Yeah, he making a lot of money.
And he breaking Kim. And he making Kim.
He making a lot of money.
He
making a lot of money, but he got to look at stuff like his daughter sitting on the weird ass white boy lap and shit, man.
Bro, some of these niggas do that shit out here in the streets in our city every day on social media.
Yeah,
I see it on social media every day. They do it for free.
It's never gonna be something we're going to intentionally putting ourselves in the
they do it for free.
Especially when it comes to a nigga with some stuff like a nigga like Kanye.
Lance, no, I'm not saying that she knows how to code and create apps. She was the face of the app.
Yeah, she was, like I said, she was used as the conduit. She was used as the promotion piece, yes. And they chipped her off a little bit. I guarantee you.
Any hustler,
if they had enough to where if they made enough to where they was giving her 80 million,
they was making billions.
They made like 100 times that shit.
Yeah, they made it was $1 billion app. It was $1 billion app. But at the end of the day, you could say
he's not Andrew all the way like that.
I'm not saying she created it. I'm not saying she coded it. I'm not saying none of that. But she was the first person who they used to create and monetize in-purchase apps. And she did the shit very successfully. And she created a whole new wave that we still have. And I'm a hustler. And I'll never knock a hustler.
I love hustle either.
And I'll learn something because I never knocked a hustle. I come from the Jay-Z school of hard knocks. I never knock a hustle. I wish I'd have came up with that shit, honestly. Whether she lucky or not, I wish I was lucky. Let me be lucky and do something. And somebody use me for an app or some shit.
If your dad's last name was Kardashian, you probably would have.
Probably would have. But at the end of the day, the rest of them Kardashians ain't do that shit neither.
They get because Kim the one that gotta get used. You see,
Kim is the one who got her whole. We talking about somebody to put like I come from nothing, bro. So when I see somebody that come up, and not only did she come up from the trenches, like they had bread, they come from the Kardashians, but she took her dad's name and actually put her whole family on and his kids, and all them is millionaires now because of her and her mom. But she's the vocal point and she's the main person who put the whole family on. I don't knock shit like that. I'm sorry. Like, because if it happens in the black community, if she was a black woman, we'd be saluting that like a motherfucker, whether she had bodies under her belt or whatever. If you flipped her and Beyonce, we would be champagning her. Like, oh, black queen, you done put your whole family on. You the pinnacle. But because she Armenian, like now we like, oh, well, her hustle don't mean nothing. Like, nah, she ain't creating it. She ain't coded though. She ain't
she just a whore with a hustle.
Yeah, but ain't we
just
all?
A whore with a hustle.
Who ain't? Who ain't?
Hey, look what Andrea said.
Mariah Carey. How many chicks did? Oh, I bet y'all don't know how many chicks Beyonce messed with in the game before Jay-Z. I could tell you if you really want to know. How many niggas did Rihanna fuck with before she got with ASAP? They ain't say nothing about ASAP. He cool. Oh, he great. They love ASAP. They love Jay-Z and Beyonce. Oh, are we going? We ain't gonna talk about Mariah Carey. Oh, Mariah Carey. Oh, damn.
Rock. Listen.
Are we back to Mariah Carey?
Nah, listen. You just named two niggas. L. You just named two niggas that's fuck niggas, man.
They all got bodies, but we champion their relationships.
Who?
You can't champion none of these people in the industry relationships because they all fuck with mad niggas. So if you gonna knock Kim K, then I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about Beyonce.
No, I'm not knocking. Listen, we're not knocking Kim K.
You know, Beyonce tried to hit with Nas. I bet y'all ain't know that.
I'm not knocking Kim K, man. I'm not knocking Kim K. What I'm saying is she's a goddamn whore. She's a goddamn witch. Kanye's a goddamn fool.
Is Beyonce that too?
Yeah. Beyonce. Yes, she is. I just did a whole live stream about Beyonce.
Was Rihanna that?
See, hold on. Let's just get this clear right here, quick.
We gotta have the same energy.
Let's just get this clear right here, man. Most of these chicks are now. See, it ain't no mistake that both of the chicks we're talking about right now tonight. Beyonce. He mentioned Beyonce, and we're talking about goddamn it. What's the other bitch we talking about? Beyonce and
shit, Rihanna.
Kim Kardashian, right? Both
Rihanna,
of them. Listen.
Two niggas fighting each other.
Listen real quick though, bro. Be quiet. Listen real quick, bro. Seriously. Kim K and goddamn it, Beyonce are both in concert with Marina Abramovich. Y'all remember when I just showed y'all who she was the other night? Jay-Z and Beyonce's spiritual guidance person, as well as people like, goddamn it, Kim Kardashian. Her and Kris Jenner are very good friends. Y'all do some research into Marina Abramoviches, and this is why I call them witches, because that's what they doing. And the only reason why a nigga like Kanye could be on what he on is, of course, he's clearly under the control of something that he don't have no control over. And to add on to that, just like Andrea said, ain't nobody about to be, I would never be wifing up no chick. And this goes out to a lot of chicks too, because a lot of chicks be doing some abominable stuff. I'm not about to wife up no chick who done mess with hella niggas and potentially got kids by these niggas. And not only that, they probably done did some real scandalous shit. Like how your kid's sitting on another man's lap when y'all get into it type of situation or something like that. But then again, we gotta add this aspect to it too. It could all be for show.
Hey, bro.
Right? Listen, it's all for show. Right? But you know what I'm saying? It does. The crux of the conversation tonight is these things have an effect on our society, right? On all levels. It's a nigga you know who is like Kanye. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You know niggas like him. You know what I mean? Niggas who sit up here and get a certain level of success and do stupid stuff, whether it comes to females or whatever else it may come to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the basic of the conversation was about right there, right now. This ain't necessarily about Kim K, and although she is a whore in the West, tell you to her face, or Beyonce, the same. You know what I'm saying? But or even specifically Kanye. You hear me? It's just that that's like the super inflated, extreme version of a omnipresent, so to speak, omniscient. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, so to speak. You feel me?
Right.
That comes over you when you reach a certain level of notoriety, and all the way. Not only that, but dealing with women who mess with multiple men. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those contradictions right there, man. That's one of those double standards right there. It's
Why
not
can't
saying
they just have that fire box, bro?
I'm not saying that men aren't affected by it. I'm just saying women aren't affected in the way that men are not. And you know what I'm saying? Although men have the soul ties, just like the women do, it doesn't affect the men in the way that it does women. And we don't tend to carry that shit on to next situations in the severe way, in the negative way that women and females do. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wouldn't suggest that a man fuck with a chick who got hella niggas you to fuck with, especially niggas you may possibly potentially know. Especially niggas that you may know that is popping niggas, because them popping niggas smash bitches. And now you got a whole cesspool of shit you getting involved with just because you feeling this bitch. Fuck.
You ain't gonna say that witchery ain't because she got some fire ass box and the nigga's mind get fucked up and feel like he on some shit, and that's why she getting wiped by all these niggas, because once he get that box, he like, I want to have
That's
this
what we
box.
saying. Y'all niggas gotta stop being suckers of box, man. Stop being suckers for box,
Nah,
man.
bro. Sometimes, bro, you know the difference, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, fuck that. Stop being suckers for box. Just
Hey,
because she got some
it will throw you off.
God
nah, but you gotta.
Just because she got some good little coochie don't mean shit.
It do sometimes, bro.
No, it does not. It don't ever. It don't ever mean
it's hard.
shit.
It's hard to find that. Oh man, it's different.
It ain't, man.
It's
just a whole
different
bunch
levels.
of girls. It's a whole bunch of chicks out here with. And listen, y'all. Speaking of good coochie, Thursday we're gonna have BG on the show.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Facebook right now. I got like 16, 17 something messages. I know that's about the BG show. My girl BG coming on Thursday. But you're gonna be discussing natural remedies to contribute to very good box care and maintenance. We're going in Thursday night, ladies' night here on Ariel Talk Podcast. Good box maintenance show. Tap in and walk with us, man. All y'all girls out there with them bad boxes, man. Y'all need to go ahead and tighten that damn thing up, man, because ain't no way in hell last lady should be having a bad box, man. I'm just saying, man.
I should come on the show and show them how to pleasure that box. The thing that I feel like, bro, like we call it witchery, but can it just be that? Because, like I said, with her having all her dudes is her men in a sense, or in their relationship, at least 90%. Like, that's kind of fucked up. But then we'll look at Rihanna and they'd be like, "Oh, that's empowerment."
No, Rihanna's the same. She's no different.
But girls will say that she's empowering them. That's how they look at it, and we know.
They say that Kim K is empowering girls too, and that's the thing. None of these bitches empowering no goddamn.
Well, nobody should have no influence over how you move off top. Let's just be 100%. And that's where a lot of this.
That's a good thing to say, though. But the thing is, they have influence. Trust me.
Yeah, they do. I mean, that's what the effect. That's what the whole basis of this show is, and that's why we even are on this topic, because it all is about influence and the Kanye effect, or what we say. This is even in the Urban Dictionary. You want to pull up the definition? Can you put that on the screen? Type in the Kanye effect on Google. It'll come up in the Urban Dictionary. It's an actual definition that they have termed, the Kanye effect. But when you have a certain type of influence, I mean, and you on a certain statue, man, we gotta take it to different levels, man. It's just different. It's different levels. And I'm gonna tap in where Andrea say, no, it's Chris. All right, so you said Chris is the mother who made for the daughters. No, Chris brokered the deal. because that dude Ray J was about to leak that sex tape. Well, he had already leaked it. See, people don't even know the real story behind the sex tape. That motherfucker, they were together, their boyfriend and girlfriend. Ray J said that his camera got stolen with the tape in it, or he gave it to somebody, and they was about to drop it. But the tape already had hit Pornhub, and then Chris came back and brokered the deal to turn it into an actual, like, she like, shit, it's already out there. It was already on Pornhub. So she like, well, we still gonna get paid for it. So in that sense, Chris did broker the deal. What happened after that? They got the Kardashian TV show. Kim is the highlight of it, and they put the whole and basically the whole family. The only reason that show even popped was because Kim was the main character. Nobody cared really about Chloe and them until even later, and I don't even know the rest of their names. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. We say that all women saying that, any woman saying that. So yeah, they are. I mean, they all could be whatever, but at the end of the day, we can't neglect what they have built, because they had a #1 TV show for like 15 years. And that was before Kanye. The Kardashians was a show way before Kanye came into the picture. She even had a whole husband on there, Chris Humphries, who played for the New Jersey Nets. Like, she was dating Reggie Bush on the show, her first relationship after the tape dropped. And he's an NFL star, cool with my homie Lance Moore, who won a Super Bowl. And he did say that they was really in love. I even had a homie that could confirm that Reggie Bush was really in love with Kim K. Like, my homie that was on the team with him. Like I think she be really, like, some her relationships, I think they be real. I think the Chris Humphrey shit was a little faulty. But at the end of the day, man,
I just don't accept that any of it's real.
At the end of the day, it don't fucking matter. It's the effect.
Oh no, it matters.
Influence.
It matters.
It's the influence that we see for our kids. Like, but the way the relationships are generated now through entertainment and the way that we look at it, it always comes to this. Look at the #1 shows, Love and Hip Hop, shit like this. We teaching bullshit relationship tactics. The Real Housewives of West Bubblefuck and wherever the fuck, every fucking city in the world. Like, these are the relationships that we are putting out there to our kids that are supposed to be normal relationships. We don't even have good TV shows like Family Matters no more on TV. These are the TV shows that used to shape us. Kids don't even got family shows that they watch anymore. There's no real shows about family or nothing. I don't know who she is in love with. I don't know them personally, so I that's one thing I can't speak on. I don't know you personally. I can't really say what you was or what you wasn't. I can only make assumptions. But I will say, Lance Moore, y'all could check the stats. In the Super Bowl, he caught the 2-point conversion. Shout out Lance. And that's who I want to get you to get on the show too, Burge. That'd be a dope show because he is Super Bowl champion.
Who?
My homie I grew up with, me and Court, Lance Moore. He won the Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints. He caught the 2-point conversion to actually help him win the game.
Yeah. And
he was on the team with Reggie Bush when all that first was popping off. And I even asked him about it back then. And he was like, yeah. Like, his homie was feeling it. Like, I mean, but that, like I said, just I want to kind of get off of this since we've been on this for such a long time. But at the end of the day, when we talking about this, like I said, my separation is this, man. Like, I feel like I'm solid enough in the way that I kind of feel that I'm not going to be too fucked up about who you mess with in the past. As far as it being a couple of homies that I actually know, like you said, it is a difference. If it's just dudes I know compared to maybe like homies that I'm like I call my brothers or something like that, might be a little different. But at the same time, I'm going to hold it for face value. Of course, I may not be going into it with the intentions of being in a relationship, but if we have a certain connection, I'm not going to deny it and just shut it down and not entertain it if I feel a certain way, because I've been in enough relationships where I could tell the difference where oh, this is just my feelings getting with me because she got some fire, compared to, oh, nah, I'm really feeling this chick. Like, I'm old enough and polished enough to know the difference between the two.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
At this point in my life, I definitely know the difference. Like, the thing is, the reason why I only had 4 relationships in my whole life is because I noticed that when I was younger. You know, I'm only gonna get time to people. Yeah, I'm a bouncer. I was bouncing around, but yeah, I had to, you know what I mean? I knew what was real, and I was very selective with the women that I gave that staple to in my life that could say that we was together, and it was for a reason.
Right.
But we value relationships differently from the old time and that.
All right, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know,
The relationships are not. They're very superficial nowadays. They're not looked at as anything of value, anything to you know. Nobody's thinking about generational wealth, and contrary to whatever you think, no matter what the nature of the relationship is, or the legality, or the marriage, and all that, relationships between people are what build generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody's relationships should have a stamp on it as far as needing some certification or licensure for that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being married, you know what I'm saying? But, when it comes to being married, you know what I'm saying? That's some serious stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is another extension of this Kanye effect, because you want to make sure when you marry a chick, you know what I mean? This is just something you might want to take into consideration, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to consider a chick who is in a certain status, you know what I'm saying, that you may happen to know about. Keep in mind, you know about this girl's status. Not like you met this girl and you didn't know because you're not from where she's from. I'm talking about a girl who has a reputation about herself.
right?
And how you going to go about interacting with this chick? She may have smashed a couple of your homies. You know what I'm saying? She's messing with a couple of niggas in the city, or she's Instagram popping, and you know, niggas done clipped her, just like a lot of these chicks be. And you know, they just passed around, and oh my God, man, the girls be having AIDS and don't be telling nobody to smash 2-3 different niggas.
Yeah. And that's when y'all gotta, and as a man, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. Like, you gotta know how you move, and if you did what you did too, because I'm pretty sure, you know, that's the way I always think I looked at it, and the reason why I don't think it never really affected me, because I know when I was out here, I was out here. So
yeah, we all was. That's
yeah. So if I'm single, I'm single. Like, but if I'm in a relationship, then I'm with you. Like, so that's
look
the
at
difference.
look at what Project Leroy said though, right? It's all hookup culture. Now let me add to that. That's very true right there. Look at the apps, Tinder, all the apps where you can just meet up with chicks. Chicks can meet up with guys. Y'all can link up. It's all these different apps, dating sites.
But we used to always have that.
All promoting this ideology of quick gratification, sex, meaningless relationships that don't mean nothing, and nothing to do with building actual wealth, nothing to do with starting generational wealth, nothing to do with family, nothing to do with creating the structure for kids to come up and thrive and be the kids they're designed to be, all designed to bring the very society which we're experiencing now. You hear me? And this is further proof, this conversation we having, the Kanye effect, which affects a lot of different areas and aspects of life. Now we're seeing what we see in the society today. It lets you know it's all being done by design. So when we come to solutions out of this, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say I agree with Ed. When it comes to a woman that you meet and, you know, she's the woman for you and she caters to you and she hops on your situation, your demonstration, your programmation, you hear what I'm saying? And she's doing what she's supposed to do, playing her role as a wife, whatever it is, title you give to her, you know, that's a beautiful situation. But think about the probability of how that's going to come from a person who done been in multiple relationships with multiple different men, notably man of notoriety or have some type of name about themselves.
It's definitely going to be a little bit.
And hold on, let me finish. And how that is going to be conducive to adding on what you trying to get going on, what you got going on, and how is that going to bring value to what you got going on? How is she going to bring value to what you got going on? I'm just saying, this is the things we got to really think about. You know what I'm saying? And this is why us as men have to be the critical thinkers and not just so much think with how we feel and go with rationality and critical thinking, man. You hear me? Because you know what I'm saying, when we start to do in that fashion right there, to bring in how we feel into the situation, 9 times out of 10 we're probably going to make a wrong choice. You feel me? We have to be the ones with the critical thinking, with the rationality. You know what I'm saying? With the order and the structure to be like, you know, I might be feeling a certain type of way about this chick, but I can't wife up a chick who I know been smashed by like 8 different niggas I know. I don't give a fuck if it was fly by night. How is that going to be conducive to adding on to what I got going on as a man to mess with this chick and take her serious after 8 niggas I know who just smashed her didn't? Right? A couple of these niggas probably got her pregnant. And now all of a sudden she get to me and now she want to be a good woman. Man, fuck. The probability that happening is slim to none in itself. Right? We can sit up here and say this and this and that, but the actuality of the situation is you're not going to typically run into situations like that as far as taking them serious. But it's a lot of you sucking niggas that do, though. A lot of you niggas do. And y'all pay for it, too. Y'all pay for it so dearly. So in closing, you got anything you want to say to the people, man?
I will say the only difference in that is you definitely got to go through more trust barriers. I will say that. Definitely more walls you're gonna have to break down to get to somebody or to let them get to you, which it should be that way anyway. When you hit a certain age, anyway, when you get to a certain polished point, you definitely gotta have a different way that you approach situations, and you gotta move differently. But you know, at the end of the day, the Kanye effect, it also obviously spreads out into relationships and the way we view relationships because of the way social media presence has impacted the way we think. And of course, the way that we see relationships daily portrayed to us as we discuss. So it's definitely different, you know, in the way that the old traditional ways work, in the way that women used to carry themselves opposed. Even the 90s was the shit. The 80s and 90s, even like we call it the Kanye effect, but like I said, it goes with me back to like the LL Cool J on Bad Days, where the MTV generation it got it popping. Like that's when it really started to change from the traditional values to what we see daily in our pop culture as they created the term and dubbed the term. But when we go back to those days where we had the girls going wild, in Columbus we had the block party, in Atlanta you had the Freaknik. You know, we had all these events where it was, if you was there, you was there. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll have an episode one time where we'll discuss the block party for those who are not in the know. I'll clearly I'll break the block party down. It was the best event that ever happened in Columbus, Ohio.
I gotta say, it most definitely was.
And yeah, that's something else we'll talk about. But what we'll also say is like that era is what led to what we have as far as the relationship values now. You know, when we started doing that, and the shows that shifted from, like I said, the old family shows we had when we was kids, like the Family Matters, or even the white shows was good family shows. Like that's all we watched as kids was family shows. So that's all we knew was family. Now it's singles. It's what's the one? The one women in New York.
Project Leroy, man.
All the shows. Thank you, Project for stepping through. But yeah, you know the shows. It changed the culture, and now it moved towards people being single and promiscuous more, which was already happening. It definitely imitated life, but that's what a lot of people see relationships as now, and we don't value them like we used to. So I just feel like when you say you blame the male and female older, not elders, for the mess. And like I said, it was definitely our era. Like that 90s was wild. Like the 90s was wild, bro. Like the shit that we did in the 90s and was like widely accepted like would get your ass R. Kelly'd up in this motherfucker. Like I'm trying to tell you, R. Kelly was a misdemeanor back then. Like, bro, it was like the 90s was wow. The stories I would tell you would think I'd be lying. Honestly, it just was the 90s. That's all I can say. Like, y'all cancel people now for what we did on a regular basis back in the 90s. So, two totally different areas. So, you can't measure that. And that's what I would say about time because people change and evolve through time. Like me, I'm not the same motherfucker that I was last year. So, if you was to come and meet me and you judging me off of some shit I did years ago, then you don't even know who I am. Like, shit, fuck you. You missing out on a dope ass nigga. Like that's how I feel. Because I've changed and evolved. I evolve all the time. I can evolve from last week. I can have a whole different mindset if I really apply it. So that's why I don't like where I don't feel like you could box people into where they won't change. And that's what I don't want people to think. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go out and grab the neighborhood sword, none of that. But also, I'm not going to say that somebody's past should also neglect how your feelings are because you ain't going to have feelings like that for everybody. And even if we just take this back to what the whole basis of all this is, like I said, the Kanye effect is all about being yourself. And that's what hip hop basically is the Kanye effect. It was built on us rebelling against the system and being ourselves against anything and not caring what nobody else says about us. So if I ever go into a situation and I start thinking to myself, oh, well, such and such ain't gonna feel it, I can't do that. Like I don't like to move like that. Like it's how I feel. Like how do L feel?
Right.
Like when I live for other people, I always lose in every situation that I've tried to do something based off of somebody else. When I trusted my instinct and just moved off of how I wanted to move and how I felt and had my heart in it, I always won. And it took me so long to think about that. Like if I'd have had that mindset back in my 20s, bro, I'd have been unstoppable. I'd have been a millionaire. I mean, but I always would question and be like, oh, such and such gonna think this way. And I had dope ass ideas, but I might not even think of the ideas until I got that confidence to where it's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just make the move regardless. And then they see it, then they jump on it later.
Right.
And that's when I started leveling up, you know, and that's what I feel like everybody. You just gotta have that confidence in yourself. The Kanye effect or just the hip hop effect is if we want to really dub the real term, it should be the hip hop effect. Is all about being yourself by all means necessary and not caring what nobody else says and believing in yourself that you can do it no matter what. And that's what hip hop is. You know, it's about being dope, being you, being original. And you know,
it is.
So
with that being said, we're gonna bring We're gonna bring the show to a closure. Of course, we're about to ride out last little 9 minutes of the show. We're gonna ride out to some E.N.E, man.
All right, I'm out, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. Everybody have a great night. Thank y'all for coming out tonight.
You already know, I'll get out you, brother.
Love you, bro. Come on.
I love you too, my nigga. Yeah, man. Y'all know how we doing it over here, man. We about to get on up out of here, y'all. We appreciate everybody for coming out tonight. You know what I'm saying? We really do. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody for coming out, having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? The Kanye effect goes way beyond just Kanye's goofy looking ass. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. I think Kanye West is one of the most talented. I would think he's one of the most thought-provoking, you know what I'm saying? All of that, you know what I mean? Artists of our generation, man. You already know Uncle Diggity, man. You already know Lance Parker. You already know Andrea, baby. Project Leroy, Mr. O with the info. You know what I'm saying? You already know, man. Tomorrow night, let me come up for this. Tomorrow night, we going in, having a conversation with my baby girl. I can't believe she even, you know what I mean? She's a very, you know what I'm saying, my daughter's, and I'm not just saying it because she's my daughter. I'm saying this because it's true. She's a very intelligent young lady, and she just said she want to come on the show and she want to have a discussion. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna let everybody know you coming on. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow night we're gonna have a discussion with my baby girl. You know what I'm saying, concerning the effects of being on lockdown for a year and a half, on how the kids feel about themselves, each other, just having them as a whole, going through that whole experience, having to go to school from home through a computer, not being able to interact with other kids, the effects of that, and how that's had an effect on her development or her social skills at such a critical age and time in life where you need to be developing these things. Hold on real quick. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a beautiful conversation tomorrow. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I know, people say stuff about your kids with the internet now, but I think this is a beautiful conversation to have. You know what I'm saying? I think if you have children who are my daughter's age, 13, 14 years old, it would be a good idea to tap in tomorrow night with your children. Maybe they could add something to it. Maybe they haven't said anything to you in regards to what we're going to be talking about tomorrow that, you know what I'm saying, this will create the environment for them to feel comfortable because they're going to see a peer in my daughter as one who went through the same thing that they did. Right? Yeah, you already know, Andrea. You know what I'm saying? My baby girl said, Daddy, I want to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. You hear me? Media doesn't ever do that, Uncle Diggity. Right? You're right about that, bro. And this is why over here at A-Real Talk, I say, bringing you creative content that the mainstream media just won't cover. They just won't bring it to you. When the last time you seen any CNN, HLN, any big news stories about kids speaking on how they've been affected by what we just went through with this Schmoment-19 lockdown situation with our kids having to interact with the unintelligent artificial intelligence for a year and a half straight? Not interacting with children their age, not developing their social skills at critical points in their lives when it is necessary for them to do so. I know a lot of y'all have seen the changes in your children, some of them, most of them, a lot of them, and I want you to understand that the effects from what happened in the past 2 years is going to affect our children. If your children are between the ages of like 8 and 16, they're going to be severely affected by this. We're going to see this panning out in society in the next 10, 15, 20 years. Yes, the coping skills were damaged horribly because at a point when the coping skills need to be interacting with children their age, they were interacting with children their age through the technology. Right. I want you to understand the effect on them that's going to be lasting for at least another generation or so. It's important to incorporate traditional values of our children interacting with each other. You see how we're being made to not interact with each other through these so-called diseases that they're scaring us to thinking we're going to catch or something if we don't wear a mask or put on 1,000 gallons of sanitizer or go get all these damn schmots. You hear me? Drink you a gallon of water a day. Take your ass to the gym. Keep your energy up because the devil's deceitful and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, try to eat as good as you possibly can given your financial situation. Right? Make sure my energy is up because the devil's deceitful. Right? Right, y'all? Make sure my energy is up because the devil's deceitful. Right? So once again, man, man, I'm just saying, I got to close the show out with that, man. I'm about to leave y'all with this track right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done heard it before, but I think it's a good way to close the show out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The reason why I called this song Dreams, and mind y'all, this Friday coming up, my man Glister Guarantee, who was on earlier, he's definitely going to come on the show Friday. We having a live listening situation for my brother Glister Guarantee, live listening party for his album Up in Smoke. We're going to do a track by track breakdown, commentary, Q&A. We're going to have an open panel. Y'all can come up, ask my man some questions. You hear me? We're going to listen to his classic mixtape, my album, Up in Smoke. And I'm about to bring a lot more of my E.N.E brothers up here as well. We're going to be dissecting the music and breaking it down to the last compound and enjoying y'all to come and tap in with us and enjoy the conversation to add to it. Tell us what you think. Give us your opinion, because you might be hearing some music you never heard before. So, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a beautiful thing. We're going to make this a Friday series starting this Friday. I'm going to have, of course, bring L up, bring Court up, bring everybody up, and we're going to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, have a good evening. Thank y'all for coming out. We're going to leave y'all with this track right here.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but light. Victory has defeated you. Gotta know your next move when you speak to a boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of this E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. Gotta know your next move when you speak to a boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of this E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. I used to be Stacks with the packs, now I'm Stacks with the facts. Now I drop knowledge, used to clip straight, drop crack. E.N.E, coronavirus to take over. CW elite brethren, the wait's over. Right? Y'all be addicted to the limelight. Mediocre balls, knowing that y'all don't rhyme right. You fake folk niggas need to get your mind right. Stupid ass niggas, y'all bringing guns to a mind fight. Now let me slow it down so I can talk to you. I'm never letting up. If that's your thought, screw you. I hypnotize the track like a nigga practice voodoo. Voice of God, Crimson Miss, Tusies and Hootus. The rap game is in the abyss I can easily swim through. I'm like the Gordon Fisherman and you rappers are seafood. Grand champion, this bitch, you should call me your seafood. Make sure my energy is up cause the devil's deceitful. And everything that we say and sing ain't nothing but a dream inside of another dream. And everything that we say and sing ain't nothing but a dream inside of another dream. Gotta know your next move when you speak to a boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of the E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. Gotta know your next move when you speak to a boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of this E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. Throw them all on a boat, start shipping them off. E.N.E, get gratuity for tipping them off. Find them in the West Wing, start clipping them off. Let Stacks hold them up while I finish them off. I so know shit, man, I'm sick by the fall. Said Ocean 6, that Bellagio vault. Man, we killing everything like a British assault. And if they sick of these kids, we the illest adults. All these hating cats is fraud, filled with jealousy. Another beat murder, they charging me with accessory. Got the ingredients and the recipe. Pardon me, I'm still smoking on hydrotherapy. Literally, still getting paper with the printer off. Y'all still don't got no bark, that's a winner call. So fuck y'all, get a permanent flick off. Don't speak to me for less than 250, that's a rip off. Next move when you speak to a boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of this E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. Gotta know your next move when you speak to the boss. Gotta respect the dead when you speak on the law. Everybody wanna taste of this E.N.E sauce. When Stacks got the facts, you don't hear nothing false. Die being poor. I've owned my dreams. I've spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams.